Chillin' with my squad, they got my back, dog. 10 toes down, that's a fact, dog. They be like, who that one dude that put you all on? I do this for the city, gon' sound off. I'm gon' keep chasing my dream, that's where I'm at, though. Might be in a hurry tryna scat, bro. You know I ain't scared, come at me, though. You might end up dead, don't at me, though. I'm just a regular dude that you know in your mind now. I know that this song is so smooth and you like. Wait, let me get back to the topic of discussion, though. Been doing this since a young and that's what's up, bro. I don't really need the cash, I put my smile on. Keep my feet tucked by the pylon. I'm tryna set this bread, I need 2 vaults. Did I forget to mention some U-Haul? Said I got a little piece of advice, though. Don't get caught lacking in the background of my light show. People pray a lot of things, but I pray you don't sleep on me. Yeah. Slow grind to the top, but I pray you don't sleep on me.
It was a pop.
Squad in the back, dog. 10 toes down, that's a fat rock. Yeah. People pray a lot of things, but I pray you don't sleep on me. Cause I be. Hold up, cut the beat real quick. Cause people think I'm really out here playing around this. I'm gonna show you why. Round and round, we go. Need a new feel, so I need a new flow. If you're gonna steal my style, at least be honest. I don't wanna put you on this. I'm not a thug, I'm not a fighter, not a killer, not a shooter. If you get to acting stupid, then you know I had to do you. I know just what you're thinking, there ain't nothing like my old days. I got out on my own and maturity go both ways. Time to have some fun, I'ma treat it like a yodeler. Yoda than a motorer. Shout out them boys across the tracks though. Hoping that you feeling all my songs and got my back though. Just understand that brother tryna get his shine on. Yeah, I'm getting work from a different time zone. Yeah. People pray a lot of things, but I pray you don't sleep on me. Sleep on me, yeah. Slow grind to the top, but I pray you don't sleep on me. Nah. Chillin' with my squad in the back, dog. 10 toes down, that's a fact, dog. Yeah. People pray a lot of things, but I pray you don't sleep on me. Sleep on me, yeah. Pinky promise said I'm out, though. Said I'm out, though. Never mind, let me kill this outro. Out of my mind like I'm living out, though. I swear to God, I love all of y'all, this bump out, dog. Now you gotta tell me what you thought about this outro. Then you gotta go and tell somebody about this outro. That one dude. Oh my God, I can't believe I did this, yes. Sorry guys, my bad.
Since a young nigga, I ain't never felt none. I was trapping for a meal in the field. Police on my ass, but a nigga too real. I'm a killing nigga. I'm the biggest nigga living with gorillas, nigga. Chest shot, headshot, how you killing nigga? Heard he came up from the burbs, we don't feel you, nigga. You the type to freeze up when you pull the trigger.
Yeah, we been a homie. Keeping it real. Yeah, I got it on me. We in the field. Yeah, we been a homie. We in the field.
Not a fuck nigga talking on my name. I'ma pop up, now I'm blow his brains. Riding around big body hogging lanes. Bosses niggas that I met ain't rockin' chains. Rockin' rollies, but they ain't for checking time. Diamonds in the bezel straight up the mine. Never leave my house unless I got the 9. They ain't know that I'm dying about mine.
Bitch, I'm gon' die about mine. Cause I'm poppin' by 5 and I'm gon' throw more than 5 like. Yeah, I'ma throw more than 5 like. You know that we steppin' so they don't want no wild like. No, they don't want no wall line. If I slap your face, big your hands, I hit my palm right. Yeah, PTSD, watch that car line. I don't know what they tryna do, but yeah, we all fight. Lot of pain, baby, I be off that thing, baby. MTL to Toronto, they hit, we bang different. How we speedin', I'm with gang and we be lane switching. Foot on the gas, tryna race through the fucking main city, yeah. Ain't no cap inside my rap, I use music as a vent. And to do that, I speak my pain now, yeah. They be pussy, they be fake now, yeah. Hit up on them back, I made that pussy red, like, yeah. Hello, shawty, nice to meet you. So fast, yeah, she walk around in that see-through skirt. On the highway lane, switch mode, on that way he swear. Make a move to me, turn a bitch, I'm hot just like a brand. Like me, it's how the fuck you switch your flow up. Mid-song, take a blink, now I feel like I'm flown. I was in the rain by myself, was by my lonely. Yeah, don't say you my dog if I know you ain't gon' show up. Like $500,000
Make all my youngins get you wet. Temper runners on it, yes. Phone him to the dash. Like, he ain't coming back. Swear he never coming back. Yeah, we don't ban a homie. You know that bitch was a rat. Yeah, we ban a homie. Keeping it real. Yeah, I got it on me. We in the field. Yeah, we ban a homie. Keeping it real. Yeah, I got it on me. We in the field.
It's this only road that I'm walking. No company, no company. All the voices in my head won't stop it. My only company, my only company.
So on the
Might just put my pain up in this song. Can't get that bitch my feelings cause they always do it wrong. They left me on the ground, I pick myself up on my own. If it beat on for nobody, say that shit until I'm gone. Talk to God about my problems cause I know she gonna lie to me. How the fuck you say you hurtin' when you say you gonna try for me? I'm getting worse because you always tryna leave. I tried to fall in love, but I feel like it's a dream. I tried to fall in love, but I don't feel like it's for me. I'm not trusting nobody cause I know they not on my team. Swear I'm losing my patience, so I just go and stack the green. I'm so tired of the talking because it will not fix a thing. I'm feeling all this gas up in my system, now I'm swerving. Can you stay up at my past because I told you I'm not perfect. For these demons in my body, swear to God they getting worse. I tried to put out your little fire, but it burned on me a curse. I can't do the back and forth because I know that's not for me. Try to get this bitch my heart, but she put pain inside of me. I can't talk about the feelings cause it always brought the heat. You can't talk about me healing, I heal when I'm on the beat. You brought me scars from your past and then you act like I ain't peeping. Then get mad when I back up and I tell you that you the reason. Reminiscing about the time she had me lost like finding Nemo. Took that cape up on my back, I told her ass I'm not a hero. So I'm done with you and done with that. Count the green like back to back and keep her off my mind because I know she doing another lap. Try to treat her like a lady but she acting like a sport brat. You told them I'm the villain, it's okay cause I'm exploring that. Enjoying that, you earned that. You took off, ain't no turning back. And beat on for nobody, step to me, you gonna learn that. Try to tell her ass I love her, but I guess I got reword that. All them words you spitting at your neck, I know I don't deserve that. Might just put my pain up in this song. Can't get that bitch my feelings cause they always do it wrong. They left me on the ground, I pick myself up on my own. If it beat on for nobody, say that shit until I'm gone. I talk to God about my problems cause I know she gonna lie to me. How the fuck you saying you hurtin' when you said you gonna try for me? I'm getting worse because you always tryna leave. I tried to fall in love, but I feel like it's a dream. I tried to fall in love, but don't feel like it's for me. I'm not trusting nobody cause I know they not on my team. Swear I'm losing my patience, so I just go and stack the green. I swear I'm tired of the talking cause I know it won't fix a thing. I'm feeling all this gas up in my system, now I'm swerving. Can you stay up at my past because I told you I'm not perfect. I feel the demons in my body, swear to God they getting worse. I tried to put out your little fire, but it burned on me a curse.
It's this only road that I'm walking. No company, no company. All the voices in my head won't stop it. My only company, my only company.
Problem, the revolver solves it. All involved, get slaughtered off. And then I move on to the next topic. I'm nauseous, so sick. Coughing, did a cough drop before I drop you in a coffin. If you're thinking that I didn't kill this, that's nonsense.
You a goddamn virus. Check out the audacity. At least you got tenacity. Throwing stones in a glass city, testing me while you consistently discount me and my propensity for kindness. How do you think you all the blindness? Just a bimbo caught in limbo, you're perpetually mindless. Yeah, you make me sick. Yeah, acting like a bitch, talking your shit with your mouth full of dick.
Yep, there it is. There it is. Let me double check. I know you could hear the music, correct? Could you guys hear the music as well? What's up, Mom? Did you hear the music on the live?
Yes.
Were you able to hear it? All right, bet. Because then, like I said, I had went through updates on everything, and I noticed my mic was not picking up. But as long as you can hear that, as long as you hear the playlist at the beginning, at least we weren't 10 minutes silent.
Yeah,
no,
no,
moment
there's
of
music.
silence things, you feel me? Like everybody come in to the circle, bow your head, you know.
Everybody just stand here real quiet.
10 minutes, fuck it. No, yeah, what's good, everybody, man, what's good? Korner Konvo podcast going live right now, Friday, you know what I'm saying, July 11th. Yeah, 7-Eleven, if you haven't, go get your Slurpee.
Oh, are they free today?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
The little jokers are free today.
Still, free is free.
Yeah, 7-Eleven.
Nice.
On 7-Eleven, yeah. I'm just saying. If you haven't,
Good to
that's just
know.
up to you guys. If you have any in your area, go grab one. No, yeah, so how's everybody's week? You guys
Good.
You guys hanging out, having a good week?
Hell yeah.
I hope
so. It's hot.
Good morning. Good morning, Bad Conduct.
Good morning.
Well then. Yeah. Good morning to you, sir. Saturday for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. My fault. I'm
That's
just finishing
crazy.
getting set up over here. We have some things going on. We have some news to talk about. A couple things, you know what I'm saying? But I personally have some local news that I'll be going over in just a little bit for myself. But we have some
Super local
articles here. You know what I'm saying? It's cold, he said. Damn. Lucky.
We don't have that problem.
Yeah, I'm sitting at 86, it says right here, and it got up to like 92 earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see.
It's getting up there.
Yep,
It's
86. Same.
It's climbing. But yeah, we got the submission form open. Everybody, if they want to submit a track, again, this is the you know what I'm saying, the Korner Konvo. So we'll be doing vibe checks, or we'll be doing some of the review process for the drive-by reviews if it's a whip. Again, Sundays, you know what I'm saying, that is tournament days when it comes to Song of the Night. And then at the end of the month, Song of the Month, I know we have a bunch of new people in the community on Discord. So those that are tapping in, you know what I'm saying, if you are live with us on the show or watching the replays, this is how we kind of break it down. So that way, you know what I'm saying, if you have any questions, you can get answered. We did have a special guest. We did have a special guest on Tuesday. We had James Turner Topic in here, a producer / beat maker from South Africa. So if you haven't checked out that one, that's an On the Record Season 2, Episode 4. So check that out in the playlist that we have built over there. Let me see. We had a couple of articles coming in, right? We had a couple of articles from you coming in. I'm going to bring one of these up. Where did it go? It's over here somewhere. This one. So, we have... All right. So this one says... It's a tweet. I don't have X, by the way. But I'm going to hopefully see if we can pull
Hopefully
this
that'll
up.
work.
This one right here, it's a tweet that said, well, so the tweet itself says what they forgot to tell you, and then there's a video in it, huh? Let me see if I can get that to come up on screen here. Here we go.
Kind of interesting.
All right, so yeah, let's hear what you got to say.
Yolks are protective against COVID and the vaccine. They bind to and neutralize the spike protein. Why did we never hear about that? That would seem like pretty newsworthy information, but they never told us about that. What did they do instead? Just a short while after, we had an avian flu outbreak. Killed 170 million egg-laying birds, turkeys, chickens, etc. They burned down chicken farms. So just to conclude here, a food that just so happens to block these lab-engineered spike proteins also then becomes the primary target for a sudden natural outbreak. I'm sure it's all just coincidence though. Just like how Pfizer's stock prices went up as egg prices tripled. Yolks.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
crazy.
Let's talk about
So
it.
she it's kind of hard to see like on the video, but at the bottom there she has a PubMed uh I think it was like an article or a study that they did. So it is reputable. She's not just kind of like talking out of her butt. So
Mhm.
she has a source. And yeah, so according to I guess this study,
What's
the
good, G?
proteins and stuff in that you get and from eating eggs, just bird eggs, chicken eggs, whatever,
Mhm.
can help fight these like spike proteins that made COVID so detrimental to a lot of people, and then also the things that occur in the vaccines that were making people sick. So I think it's really interesting that she made the connection of like right after all of
Right.
that happened.
Right.
There,
Look,
I remember
look.
like the
Quinn can
avian
vouch for
flu.
this. Quinn can vouch for this. I'm all about the coincidences, right? Like
Hmm.
coincidences to me are a little bit more than what other people find as just like it happens. Not, yeah,
Right, right.
well. Here's the thing. Timely does it happen, right?
Hmm.
Timely. It's you what you think of, like for example these floods, right? These floods that happened recently, they were all like, oh, it's coincidence. Let me explain something to you. These are 1,000-year floods. What that means is like they haven't seen things like this in this magnitude for like so many years, right? Now we had one of these recently in the same exact spot, which is
Hmm.
weird because everything that you hear in the media about this whole flood that happened in Texas, with the camp, right? They're talking like, oh yeah, this is crazy, it's unheard of, it's unseen. Like, wait a minute, hold on, because you had the exact same type of flood in the 80s.
Hmm.
The exact, like, look it up. In 1980, I think it was 84 or 87, there was the same river did the same type of damage. It did the same, not the exact same metrics as far as the numbers like it rose so many feet, but it didn't get to like the magnitude, right?
Hmm.
As far as in the time duration. But yeah, no, it's weird how they kind of push that whole part of that history away. Like it's never like,
Right.
oh, this has never happened before. And then coincidentally, another flood happens in Tennessee.
Hmm. Oh, this never happens.
It's like, wait a minute, what? What?
Hmm.
So it's a coincidence, right? For this coincidence, Quinn can vouch, bro. As soon as this happened, and then I seen like the chicken thing, and I'm like, yo, there's gonna be an egg shortage, and I'm wondering why specifically is like a chicken randomly getting their own little sickness in timely manners of like what we're going through, right? Because
Right.
as far as eggs go, like the research on eggs and what they do, like medicinally in their own right,
Hmm.
that it's just like a whole thing of like why is that getting taken out of like dietary like supplements for everybody
Right.
on their own accord. Like I don't know if you guys had it in your areas, but like when that was going on, we literally had sides like 1 carton per person.
Oh yeah.
I said, excuse me,
Mhm.
what?
Right. It's
Because
like I got a bunch of
I look
kids.
down, I look down. Well, see, look, we normally get like the 18, like
Hmm.
not the full like dozen, but the 18 joint,
Right.
because we got, I'm saying, 3 kids and shit like that. So like we eat eggs and shit sometimes. So like we get the 18 joint and we're looking at it and like there's nothing in there but like 6 packs. You wait, hold on.
Jeez.
1 6 pack is supposed to feed 5 of us?
Right. That's
Come,
insane.
excuse me? Like, can I
Hmm.
buy this, walk outside, put it in my car, come back in and buy another one? Is that considered another one purchase per person? Would that suffice with y'all? Like, dude, it was crazy. It
Right.
was crazy. Because the same thing happened with the toilet paper back in the day too. When the
Yep.
toilet paper was flying off, it's one. Excuse me, the only thing on the shelf is the single packs,
Right.
the little single travel joints. You ain't even got like a full 4 pack, 6 pack, 8, 12. Nothing. What?
Right.
It's wild,
It's
bro.
insane.
It's
It's insane.
wild.
Well, and then not only that, but like the prices of the eggs, I remember they went up. It was so insane. It was like
Right.
$6 for 12 eggs. Like,
Yup.
what the fuck is
Yup.
50 cents an
Quick
egg?
question for the chat. Everybody in the chat, when this did happen, as far as U.S. based, I can't vouch for everybody, right? But I know they said it was a global bird flu, right? That was going on. So every country was kind of on the looks of it. I don't know if that all ended up happening elsewhere, but if it did, let us know. What was the range in prices, like especially U.S. based? Because like you said, $6. Ours was different. And again, it might just be New York versus Ohio, but In your state, what did you guys end up at the spike, right? At the peak, what were you guys paying for like just a carton of eggs, right? Like a
Right.
dozen. You just like the typical dozen, right? Just a typical dozen. For us, we seen it spike up to almost $9. $9, and I think
That's
it was nine.
nuts.
What was it, Quinn? Like 9.80, 9.80 a carton, bro. It was ridiculous. I think they
Jeez.
barely got down now to where I think a dozen right now sitting in stores.
Like
Like
4,
no,
5
no,
maybe.
ours is like about 650, 675, something like that. Yeah, no,
Jeez.
it's crazy. It's
That's
crazy.
nuts. So yeah, it kind of makes you wonder if she's not onto something because it's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden this can protect you from it. Okay, well, let's kill all the chickens and make the prices go really high and then people won't eat eggs.
Right.
It's like what the hell?
Dude, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. There's a lot
Yeah.
of, especially when the, like, listen, I understand everybody has like an understanding or their own personal belief when it comes to these coincidences and shit, but like when the entirety of it is like every other story is, oh, look at this coincidence. Oh, look at this coincidence. Shit don't add up now. Like,
Right.
like in our lifetimes, when was a coincidence happening every news story? Like,
Right, right.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it was
And that's
the whole word coincidence from back when I remembered it is that it happened once in a while, like out of the blue. Like, oh, it just happened to match up. Like, that barely happened in my lifetime. Like, now it's happening
right.
every day.
Yeah. And what's crazy too is like with this kind of stuff, like there's so many people out there that you'll try to tell them like, well, okay, listen to this. Don't you think that's kind of weird? No, no, no. You're a tinfoil hat. You're a conspiracy theorist. That's crazy. Why
Mm-hmm.
that's not related. But it's just like,
Oh, I hear you,
dude,
nobody. I got you. Look. Right here. We sinking, bro. Yup. I got you. I'm on that. I'm on that tip too. Yup. Yup.
Depop? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yep.
I'm on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on it. And it's crazy because people think that what he said right there is the most far-fetched thing ever, but
It's not.
there's multiple videos of not like people understand like the Bill Gates thing, right? He says it himself,
Right.
taking over the whole vaccination field. He physically
Mm-hmm.
said himself that depopulation, the word itself, depopulation is the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yeah.
you turn around and have not only the director of the WHO, which is the World Health Organization, also spout out of their mouth, depopulation is the goal. But then you
Right.
have multiple leading quote unquote expert doctors that are also making testimonies about what they're given as instructions for certain things in certain type of fields.
Right.
Like, excuse me, bitch?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then you have places like Canada that are legalizing, just basically medically assisted sewer slide.
Yeah, right. Yeah, look,
You
I'm with
know?
you on that too. I feel you. I feel you because I live rather close too, right? As well as you with the lake just in between. You know what I'm saying? We got the puddle in between us. We hear stories all the time about shit like that, and it's actually things that come on our local news. They talk about stories like this. But yeah, that is a thing too. Like, excuse
Yeah.
me, you did. Hold on, you're doing what? Because there was
Right.
actually a thing here where there was billboards and shit to have people try to come to this whole clinic from where we're at. And I was thinking like it's not even like that clinic is just across the border, right? Like the bridge is right here. It takes about 15 minutes for me to get to Canada if I wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
However, the clinic's not just like right there. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's not in that vicinity. It's way further deep in. So like like that I'm thinking personally about like the range of advertisement that you're going to extend
Yeah.
on. Not only
Yeah.
did you go so far away from the clinic, but then you jump borders of not only
Right.
just a province but a whole country. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're reaching into other countries now, and it's like wow.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
insane. And like, I mean, reading into that, like I had read a couple people's different stories and accounts of like different people who were utilizing that service, and they're like young women, healthy people, and a lot of them, like one of the things that they'll let you choose that option, I guess, for is depression.
And
And it's
you
just
want to know what
like,
the ad for it is here? The first word in the ad is teen.
Oh my God.
That's the target.
It's messed up, man.
Legally at 15, I think it's 14, 15 or something like that. Certain
Oh my
ages,
God.
that's what they're looking for. If they're like, hey, listen, we can take care of you, but in reality, it's like that's their goal is to help them achieve
Their
that.
goal is to take care of you, have you
Right,
taken
right.
care of.
And it's like, damn, that is
It's just
just
so, it's
it's
just,
wild. It's
yeah,
wild.
it's upsetting because, like, for the longest time, I mean, it's just, that's been something that, you know, as a human population, we've tried to prevent people from choosing because, that's, the old saying of like, it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And
Mm-hmm.
now that they're just like throwing that out the window, okay, you know what? Yeah, we'll help you. Like, how, you're not helping anybody. And of course, somebody who's, in a battle with depression would see that as a really good option. And it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just disgusting that you would urge somebody to do that. I mean, what? Like, I could maybe see if somebody had like a really horrible terminal illness and there wasn't a lot of like end of life care options available to make them comfortable and they knew it was going to be really terrible and they were going to suffer. I could maybe see then. But just like a perfectly healthy 20-some-year-old person who is struggling with depression, like, no, you can save them. They can be saved. Like, there's something that can be done. Like, it's just wild.
Um, my fault. Nah, you're good. I was listening, but that it is wild. It is just the thought of it had me shook. Like when we seen
Mm-hmm.
like me and Quinn driving down the highway and shit and seeing some of the billboards at first, it doesn't it the billboard is drawn to like make you feel comfortable. And then when you
Right.
read it and see like physically what the quote is, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, did that just like we had to double back and like go the we had like we went back
Right.
home that way the same way we went back home and I was like you drive because I'm turned like reading it. I said I think that billboard is literally targeting teens to come to a resort type thing clinic or whatever and like off themselves.
Dude,
I'm pretty sure that's what that just was
yeah.
like implying. Now, mind you, the promo itself is worded certain ways, so like
Oh
obviously they
yeah.
can't come out and just straight up say it. But like, I'm like, dude, did that just? I had to double take. I'm like, did that just say that? You gotta
Mm.
be kidding me.
I would have burnt that thing down. I would have gone to jail happily. Like, yes, I did burn it down.
I'm gonna go to jail happily. She said. Hey, listen, what's good, everybody in the chat? I see y'all coming through, man. Big shout out to you guys hanging out with us tonight. We got a bunch of news on deck. We got submissions coming through. We'll have a queue lineup in just a little bit that we'll be going through. We got one more story real quick, and then me and Submom will actually get into some local news after the queue. We'll come back with some of our not necessarily local, as in like for me, it's actually my news, like my personal news. But she'll come back with something as well for her state. And I'm looking at this, and that's crazy because
Yeah.
that might eventually not be just your state. Um,
Right.
we'll see, but we'll come back to that in a little bit. This one here, though, so Mom, explain this one a little bit. It's flight makes an emergency landing on a remote island in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, so this is crazy. This was like a Delta flight and I watched the video and I just thought it was like really interesting because it just reminded me, it's not that interesting of a story, but it just reminded me of like real life Lost because this
Mm-hmm.
plane took off. I forget where it was leaving, but it was heading I think to the United States. I can't remember the airport, but they took off and shortly after they took off, I guess one of the engines failed. And so they were like, "Oh crap." So they turned and then they made an emergency landing on this little island at like what used to be, I think, an Air Force base or something there, but it's like this small island and then the people that were on the flight ended up like basically stranded there for like I think 29 hours or something until they were
Damn.
able to like, send another plane to pick them up. And yeah, I don't know, just kind of wild. Like all the people were like complaining in the video, and I'm like, dude, you were almost just in loss. Like, It's just so funny.
Hey, if I look, I would have been the dude in the back rummaging through the cargo trying to find somebody's ball and like drawing something on it, and have been like, "Hey, everybody, meet Wilson." You know what I'm saying?
Well, like
what's good?
they prefaced this story like making it sound like they landed on like a deserted island, and I was like, oh my
Right.
god. But then they showed
How much you want to
like
bet this is
people,
gonna be the next Netflix special?
but
I'm
they
just
showed
saying.
people like on the island like taking videos and stuff, and it looked like a decently like slightly populated area, so it wasn't too
Right.
bad, but they were not happy.
I just read the caption initially when you sent the article, and it said flight lands on an island, and the first thing I thought was like, timely coincidence, there was no client list, huh? Like what?
It lands on an island,
And then I'm thinking like, who the fuck's on this plane? Right? Like, let me get the itinerary for all the people on the flight here, and we got to look up some names here and see who's on this flight. But yeah, we'll check this out.
It was supposed to be an 8.5-hour flight from Madrid to New York's JFK Airport.
Madrid to New
But
York.
roughly a third of the way over the Atlantic,
New York.
passengers reported a loud noise. Delta Airlines says an engine problem forced Flight 127, an Airbus A330, to make a sharp left turn and make an emergency landing at the closest airport, an Air Force base in the Azores, Portugal's remote island chain in the middle of the Atlantic. In a statement, Delta says the flight landed safely, and we sincerely apologize to our customers for their experience and delay in their travels. But it wasn't a quick stopover. The unexpected detour lasted 29 hours.
God damn.
We spent the last 24 hours in these outfits because they didn't give us our bags.
The pilot reassured the passengers the plane can fly on one engine. Delta says it provided the customers with meals on hotels,
like,
though
this
some
outfit?
No, he said the pilots assured everyone that the plane could fly with one engine. Look, I'm just imagining, because I seen the plane itself when it first showed it. It's got the engines one under each wing. What are we flying at? Like a 45 angle? Like to keep, you know what I'm saying? Like,
how
I
are we
wouldn't-
doing this?
booked on their own. Ken
I wouldn't
Elder,
feel
a Delta
comfortable about
Platinum
that.
passenger, took photos of the postcard beautiful island, but says he and others felt abandoned.
Now my question would be, okay, never mind. Here we go.
The handling of all of us and what was going on was not good. I had 5 in my group. All of us were on the phones with Delta. We were never offered accommodations. We were never offered any help with food or anything else.
He just answered it. He just answered it. That's the exact question I was about to say. Like, yo, wait, hold on a minute. Like, now I get the layover, but the thing is they're not actually at like a quote unquote Delta airport type shit, right? Like, it's not. I don't think there was a Delta hub or anything, right?
No.
So how exactly does that work? Did they sleep on the plane? Did did they have to get their own accommodations?
That's what's weird is like some of the people that were on the plane said that Delta provided them with hotel accommodations and like a place to stay and like food and stuff. But that guy that they just interviewed was like, no, they didn't. Like they didn't give me a hotel. They didn't give me food.
See,
So
I'm wondering if there was some first class experience here. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on where you sat, partner, that might have been what they were looking like. Listen, we got a priority list. Were you part of that priority boarding? Then you probably aren't going to get nothing. Like,
I would be so pissed. Like, I mean, I would be really thankful that like we landed safely and that, you know, that we just, you know, I would be counting my blessings. That's just kind of like where my head goes. But I would be distraught like if we then had to like find a hotel to check into and like,
dude, tell me about it.
You don't have your luggage.
Right. That's
like,
what I was saying. When she said they didn't let them get their bags, it's like, hold on a second. Like,
yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, and then like that makes me wonder, like when they brought another plane in to take them out of there, what did they do with the baggage and luggage situation then? Like,
mean, the real question is how exactly did that taxi service work?
Right.
Were they doing it hand, or were they like, listen, we're at an airport, can we just borrow one of your trucks and get these baggage, get the baggage situated from plane to plane? Can we do that? Can we do that?
Right.
That's wild. That is absolutely wild, though. 29 hours. Like, listen, we've all been, well, I don't know about, I can't say everybody, but whoever has been in a plane on a flight that has had a layover, even the 2-hour ones seem fucking hectic. And you ain't even left the airport. Normally you just chilling in the terminal. These motherfuckers, this bitch was in like an Uber, it looked like. Driving around talking about where it's 24 hours now. And I'm like, damn.
I'm in my same outfit.
I couldn't even imagine like 2 hours for me and Quinn. We was 2 hours. That shit was. I was like, bro, has it been like? How long has it been? She's like, it's been 10 minutes. I'm like, fuck.
I'm done.
Like,
yeah,
for real. But no,
yeah,
I get
it's
it.
just crazy.
I get it.
Like,
I get it. 29 hours.
I can't imagine.
That's a whole goddamn.
That's a long. You gotta eat. You gotta sleep. You gotta. Yeah, you probably want to change your clothes. I mean, like, and when you consider too, like, when the plane started having engine trouble, like, these people were probably stressed, like, beyond belief, because that's terrifying.
Yeah, that alone, right? That alone is crazy, bro.
Then you make an emergency landing. You don't have access to any of your stuff. You have nowhere to stay. And then, like, I don't know logistically how they, like, let everybody know, like, 29 hours later, like, okay, we have a new plane. You guys can, like, come back to the airport now and we'll go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is crazy. They should reimburse all of those people for their ticket prices.
All of, yes.
Yeah.
Low key, like, this flight never happened, everybody. Here's your money.
Right.
Go about your day. Do your thing. You feel me? Like that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. That's how I would have seen it. That's ridiculous.
It's fortunate that that the pilot, was aware of what was going on, like, before they got further over the ocean or whatever, and they were able to find a place that they were cleared to land. But, like, yeah, I mean, I could definitely see being.
That reminds me of, like,
upset.
going in an Uber and then the Uber, like, the engine blow up in the Uber car. And you gotta, like, in the middle of, like, farm country.
Right.
Like, the nearest city is 12 miles this way, 12 miles that way, 13 miles this way, and 17 miles that way. Like, you're just sitting there chilling in some dude's car. Like, listen, I'll be like, I get out, walk around, let me go in the cornfield real quick. Like, for
Your
real,
Uber driver
like,
is kind of weird, and he smells
like, listen,
like
bro,
onion
like,
dip.
We can get a new Uber here for you, but it's gonna take 4 hours. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, nah, bro. Real quick though, Toxic. I got some of your submissions, man. They got flagged. All of them are over time. We got a 4-minute window, so anything over 4 minutes, we'll be getting booted off the playlist. So if you want to get played, Toxic, make sure your submissions are gonna be under 4 minutes. We are going to be moving over, though. We do have that section of news. We got a couple more things to talk about a little later, but we have some local coming up right after we have the queue here. We do have, first up is, okay, Vampire's up first. We have Vampire up first. I'm going to get this situated over here. But let's see here. This one's coming to us on Spotify. Spotify here from Vampire. This one's Hello Summer. Welcome back. This is going to be a vibe check. It is published, so it'll be a vibe check for everybody out there in the chat. Make sure you guys let them know what you guys think about this and if it passes the vibe. This is Vampire. New release. Let's get it.
Welcome to summer, folks. This week we'll be reaching record highs as we start off with a scorching 98 degrees on Monday and move into the triple digits by the end of the week. If you have some AC, now's the time to crank it.
I am ready for
Yeah, that was Vampire right there. Hello, Summer. Welcome back. Yeah, vibe check. Let them know. Let
Hell
them know if
yeah.
that passes the vibe. I fuck with it. I fuck with it.
I
That
do
was
too.
it was a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
I guess like some nostalgia kind of vibes. Like loved it.
Right,
Very summer
right.
sounds. Very summer
Low
sounding.
key. Quinn came in real quick. She had something to say, so I had one ear on for the very first part of that, and it got to the point where she stopped, and I went back into it. Like I went back into it and didn't even realize it, but I was already like bobbing my head while I'm putting the ear. I'm like, wait a minute, was I just dancing to this while she was talking to me? Like,
She's
hold on a
probably
minute.
staring at you like, what
She's
the
probably
hell?
like, would you stop moving? I'm trying to have a conversation.
I can't look you in your eyes when you're bobbing around.
I told her, I said, yo, my bad. Vampire kind of a bop right now. Like this is pretty dope.
Yeah,
No,
I like
yeah,
that.
hey, that's Vampire right there. Again, get your submissions in, man. Everybody in the chat, if you guys got tracks you want to play, we don't have a, you know what I'm saying, a quote unquote limit when it comes to the Korner Konvo as far as it being a 3-track limit. That is only on the Downtown Sound. So whatever you guys got for tracks, get them in. We'll see if we can get them played again. We do have a time limit, so you know what I'm saying. We go in order as far as that goes. As far as the artists go, I got them all lined up over here as far as artist submissions and shit like that. We'll get Mass. I think is up next. Was it Mass? No, it was not Mass. Sorry, my fault. It was actually Bad Conduct. Then it is Scandalous Bones, and then we got Mass. That's gonna be the immediate queue. We have a couple more coming up. Toxic. I did. Let me see. Did I get your new ones? I did not get any new ones yet, so you might be looking through your catalog. Yeah, he sent the one. It was like 6 or 7 minutes or some shit. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah, it's a little long.
That shit said ding. I was like, oh fuck. But no, we have Bad Conduct. Bad Conduct is gonna be coming up right here. This one is gonna be on YouTube. So let's get it switched over so you guys can see it. Coming in from Bad Conduct. This one's called. Oh, it's just called Well. Well with a question mark. Well. Let's see what he's talking about. That's what I'm saying. Let's get it.
Hold on, man. Y'all got turn the radios out there. Y'all gotta turn them up. Turn them radios.
Today's hits and all time favorites.
What if your walls told stories? Would they speak of valor and glory? All personas warring, would it be boring? What are your walls supporting? What if your walls told stories? Would they speak of valor and glory? All personas warring, would they be boring? What are your walls supporting? I've killed myself enough, not giving a fuck, running amok, the sound of bad conduct, stuck in a rut. Fuck. My thoughts are grey and jaded, razor blade scars fade to burn my pages, tasteless test my patience, have a rage fit, throw the town and quit so I can have it on my list of failed accomplishments. It's like you think I gave a shit, there's no escaping it, my brain is sick, it's just the way it is and I am fucking sick of it. I need to be escaping it, there's no escaping it. What if your walls told stories? Would they speak of valor and glory? All personas warring, would it be boring? What are your walls supporting? What if your walls told stories? Would they speak of valor and glory? All personas warring, would they be boring? What are your walls supporting? What are your walls supporting? What are your walls supporting? What if your walls told stories? Would they think of valor and glory?
Yeah, that's Bad Conduct right there with Well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a vibe. That is a vibe. I believe we heard this before.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, it was a review process that we did on this one. This sounds amazing.
I think, yeah,
This
it does
definitely
sound really good.
This sounds, you know what I'm saying? This was actually released from what I can see on here about 20 minutes ago.
Dang.
It's fresh. And I see it's a lyric video. Super dope work, Bad Conduct. This track, now, is the track itself called Well? Like, is that where you were going with this? Or are you just kind of like, well, like, were you asking us? Is that a question for the audience that views this? It's a dope track though. I you know what I'm saying, lyrically, it's a dope track. And it's got that vibe. It carries that vibe for sure. Let me see. What do we got over here? We had Scandalous Bones, I believe, called. Okay, this is Scandalous Bones with a Miklo feature. And this one is called a Clown Around. Clown Around. This is a whip. This is a whip. Yeah, we got a drive-by review coming up. Everybody in the chat, you already know what it is. Y'all better get locked and loaded for Scandalous Bones because y'all going to help us out with this drive-by as well. Give them your scores and let them know what you guys got for a breakdown on this track here. All right, this whip coming through called Clown Around, Scandalous Bones. Where you at? Step front and center, please. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, where you at? Where you at? Oh, there he is. You better duck.
Yeah, look, nigga, tell them get they bag up, get paid, nigga. You ain't got your bag up, you lame, nigga. All they broke niggas all the same, nigga. You ain't getting paid, then you went away, nigga. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, nigga. You say you from the bricks, well, where you from, nigga? Get your bag up, get your cash up. Get your cash up, get your bag up. Have it in the mission for a minute, baby. Have it in the mission for a minute, baby. Have it in the mission for a minute, baby. Yeah. Look, nigga, tell them get they bag up, get paid, nigga. Bitch, you ain't got your bag up, you lame, nigga. Bitch, tell them all the niggas all the same, nigga. Bitch, you ain't getting paid, pussy, you a lame, nigga. Bitch, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, nigga. You talking shit, but then you run, nigga. You was talking shit, but then you run. I done wonder about the crib started, then walked in with the money. Bitch, I'm the man with the money. Said ain't doing it, but I been done it. Them niggas playing with the money. And I ain't playing when it's coming. I got plans for the hundred. Now hundreds, new bills, nigga. Big shoes, baby, can't feel my shoe cause you's a little nigga. Fuck you, payment, the rubber bands, burn them bills, nigga. How you made it when you got banned from the deal? I'm like Pablo with the narcos. Only talking on the trap phone. I knock your bean right out your taco if you talking on the iPhone. If it ain't about the guapo, then don't be talking on the iPhone. Better call me on the trap phone. Nigga, fuck you, payment. Could give a fuck who paying, nigga. Move blue faces.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Red one, better play stupid or your ass dumb. Saying done, that you know, homie, I really don't give a fuck. But, if your ass is in duck. How the fuck you really thought I was gon' think you was a thug? Fucking truck. Watch how I slide up on you chumps. Tell me what's the devil and the demon to an evil bunch. Because if it isn't me, then the homie gon' follow up. Ayy, got me glue up on it, so don't play. You already know how it go from Chi-Town to LA. Out the grave, the real walking dead, I need some brain. They say knowledge is power, want the money, fuck the fame. All you need lame, can't complain. You already know how it go. Have it in the mission for a minute, baby. Have it in the mission for a minute, baby. Have it in the mission for a minute, baby. Nigga, tell them get they bag up, get paid, nigga. Bitch, you ain't got your bag up, you lame, nigga. Bitch, tell them all the same, nigga. Bitch, you ain't getting paid, pussy, you a lame, nigga. Bitch, 4, 3, 2, 1. Talking shit, then you run, nigga.
Yeah, Scandalous Bones on this with Miklo. It's called Clown Around, and yeah, we're gonna give it a drive-by review. You know what I'm saying? Some mom, what are you hearing on this track right here? What are you hearing?
Okay, so for the quality, I had like a 3. There's like a second vocal that comes in around the 40-second spot, like kind of in between 40
Same at the
seconds
end.
and
I think
1
it's
minute.
in the hook. I think it's
Same
in
at
the
the
hook.
end.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I was
itself.
like, I couldn't really tell. Like, I'm sorry, I couldn't tell if that was the feature. If that wasn't the feature, then I would say that the two feature vocals blended really well together. Because I didn't notice like a
Yeah,
huge difference
Scandalous
between
was
the
gonna
two.
be the one at the end here, where it. Did you hear where the beat kind of did like a reverse and
Yeah,
then
and then
came
he
back?
came in.
That was him
Right.
on the second verse.
Okay, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
like I think that the two voices sound really good with the blend and with the feature and everything. Like you guys sound like you're in the same studio. So that was awesome. My only comment is just that like that little hook part, it was kind of hard to hear what was being
Right.
said. It was really heavy on the reverb and the delay. And so I don't know, like there was also like a down-tuned kind of like
Yeah, that's
second
that lower
vocal.
octave. That lower octave.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah,
needed to
and
have a
like
blend. There was a blend, a vocal blend between that main vocal that came through, which was a little heavy on the reverb. Everybody in the universe right here is attesting to that. We all can agree with that. Now, it's I think the vocal blending, because I think that was what was making what you were saying as far as it being muddy and not really understandable. That's
mhm.
where I think that was hitting.
Yeah. So like if that's your hook, that's the part of a song that you want to get stuck in people's heads. So you definitely want them to be able to hear what you're saying. So I would just polish that up a little bit and like make that a little bit easier to hear. I think that the effects that you have on it sound cool, but they're still like a little bit too loud. They're kind of taking over the main vocal. I had relatability, I put a 2 here just because I could not discern what parts of the song were saying because of what we just talked about.
Yeah, I
And then
get it.
replayability, I also have a 2. So it's 3-2-2. That could easily be, raised across the board just with some fine tuning in the mix and whatnot. So
Right, right. I was threes across for me. Similar to what we were talking about. So far it's a vocal blend. That's what I'm looking at here. Getting what you have already done to it, and then fine tuning it like Submon was saying. But then also bringing in some of the vocal blending, because that for me it was discerning just the lower octave that was coming through. I like almost like that demonic voice type of thing coming through, right?
yeah.
That was kind of pushed way too much for what I think you guys were trying to go for, as it being like that shadow, like kind of like that shadow vocal. But yeah, if you can get the blend on that to go well, then that hook will stand out a little bit more. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was threes. I was threes across for that one. On that one for Scandalous Bones. Big shout out and shout out to Meek. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Meek. Who we got next? We got Mass Destruction coming up. This one is released, so this one's gonna be a vibe check. You know what I'm saying? From Mass Destruction, we got Something Beautiful. Here from Mass. This one was released yesterday. This one released on BandLab. But yeah, Something Beautiful. Let's see what he got on this one here. Let's get it.
That's you, baby girl. The motivation to my drive, the slip to my slide, the or die to my ride, the effort when I try, the light to my dark, the ignition to my spark, the blood rushing through my veins, the finish to my start, the yin to my yang, the healing to my pain, the eye of my storm, you the sun to my rain, the moonlight to my night, the shine to my days, the shooting stars in my skies, all I can do is gaze. The bell to my beast, the jasmine to my Aladdin, the food to my beverage, the calm to my savage. Be investing my time and day, these other bitches don't have it. You the wish in my well, yeah, the trick to my magic, the joy to my tragic, the front to my backflip, the friction to my static, the force to my magnet. So amazing, beautiful as can be, the wave to my ocean, the water to my sea. My destiny, yeah, you my legacy. You and me is unbreakable, perfect matching energy, perfect chemistry. You gon' get the best of me. You the therapy to my anger issues. Just consider me a safe house. I won't let danger get you. There's no debating how much I appreciate it. Accepting me for who I am, knowing I got major issues. You the heaven to my hell, even though we ain't there yet. Start to fall, I'll be right there waiting for you, like a fair catch. A lonely artist in this gallery. Realizing there's nothing there yet, but you a masterpiece, yeah, like a rare sketch. Promise always be there, relieve your damn stress. Candlelight massages, soft kisses on your bare neck. And I vow that over time I'll really search and find the broken pieces of your heart these pussy niggas left behind. The pep to my step, the oxygen in my breath. They took you for granted, you my secret forever kept. So rest assured I'ma give you a love you never had yet. And just gon' let you in my world, I'ma let you have it. My destiny, yeah, you my legacy. You and me is unbreakable, perfect matching energy, perfect chemistry. You gon' get the best of me. My destiny, yeah, you my legacy. You and me is the key ingredient to my recipe. If you want it, baby, then you have my heart until it's rest in peace.
Yeah, that's something beautiful right there from Mass Destruction. Yeah. No, look, they all. I thought it was for me. You know. Oh man.
Don't be selfish.
What? Wait, hold on. What link? What happened?
Oh, wait, did you see my text?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I got the link.
You could do that.
Okay, yeah.
My fault.
So,
I
guys-
wasn't even paying attention, and my phone was going. I have like 40 notifications right now. I didn't even pay attention.
Oh, no, you're good. So I just wanted to remind everybody real quick, while you're here, we are looking for a third host up here on the panel. So if you have any interest in that, we do have a short application available on the Discord. I will actually drop the link right in the chat so you can go straight to it if you're interested. Fill it out. And then we have a few people that have applied so far. We're going to review all the applications. We're probably going to do like a little live audition type jam. So we can see how we all vibe together up here, and then we'll get some input from the community, and we'll make a decision. So we hope to hear from some of you guys. I'm gonna drop that link right in the chat right now.
Yeah, you're
It's
good.
long. Hopefully that works. But if for some reason that doesn't work, you can find it underneath the show schedule channel on our Discord.
Yes. If you are in the Discord, if not, if you are interested in this, I did want to point out, if you are interested in this, you got to join the Discord, because that's how we mainly have our communication, our meetings, pre-production, post-production, all of that stuff goes down right there in Discord. So join up on the Discord as well. And then, like I said, everything channel-wise is available for you guys to utilize in whatever fashion you guys need. We just ask that you respect the channels you go into for what they're used for. You know what I'm saying? If you have something that you want to promote, there are promotion tabs. So just keep in mind that, you know what I'm saying, utilize those. Live shows as well. If you are a co-host or a host of your own show or somebody else's show, and you guys are doing a live, throw it in the thing. Get the mafia out there. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're here to do.
Exactly.
We can't show up if we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So if you
we're
guys,
not psychic.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just that's what it's for. You know, it's not just, again, everything that's there. I have had some people speculate, but everything that's there is not just for Blunted Ones. You know what I'm saying? As far as us up here, the Blunted Ones Radio Network, it is utilized for the community. So anybody that's live streaming anything at any time, throw your live stream in there. I do see K3 throw his shit in there a lot, so he's definitely utilizing that for sure. But that's what it's for. You know what I mean? Otherwise, we can't figure it out. But yes, be a part of the Discord. If you guys are interested in the co-host spot, we do have a spot up here. There's a chair open. It's just waiting to be filled. We're just looking for somebody, you know what I'm saying, that's willing to do what we do up here. But
we're keeping it warm.
Right. I got a blanket and a pillow over there too. So
yeah, it's comfy. It's a pretty comfy chair. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
That's gonna be it for the queue for right now. I have plenty more tracks in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And we have plenty more tracks coming up. But we're gonna jump over. Really quickly to some local news. Some things that are gonna be in effect here. Basically, what we got going on is Submom's got this here that's it's
so
weird
wild.
because you have this here, but this is actually something that I read that could potentially be something that's popping off in other states.
So see, I didn't hear about that. I just saw that this happened in our state, and I was like, oh damn.
Yeah. So that's what I was reading, and I'm looking at it like, hold on a minute. Um,
Mhm.
what's not now? I'm wondering like, what's the big fucking push for this year? You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
know. I don't.
I'm wondering if this industry has gotten to an all-time high in like viewership that where
My
they're
guess,
like, listen, let's
yeah,
get information. A
maybe. My
fishing?
guess,
Is do you think
my
fishing?
guess. I don't. I'm not leaning so far that way. I'm thinking more that it's just because I think that this industry has been popping off more recently with
Mm-hmm.
the addition of platforms like OnlyFans. I mean, we all know what people use that for.
Right,
So
right, right.
it's, I mean, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot of. I also think that we're seeing a lot more youth
I got you,
online
G. Have a
than
great
we
day.
did like 10 years ago, maybe 10, 15 years
Right.
ago. Every young kid's got like a tablet or they even have phones now. And so it's like they all have access online. They're all chronically online.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're just trying to crack down. So essentially what this is about is that Ohio has passed, or they're working on passing a law to require online pornography providers to verify users' ages before granting access to explicit content. Almost like comment content.
Now I'm wondering, does this
Um,
specify any specific sites, or is it just across the board? If you have that
it's a
X-rated content on your site, you
yeah.
have to do this pre-submission for you to get in.
From what this says, I feel like it will be across the board, because it does the
Mm-hmm.
provision states it mandates that any business or website distributing material considered obscene or harmful to juveniles must use reasonable methods to confirm that users are at least 18 years old. So it's
Reasonable meth.
reported that,
That's basically like, let me get your credit card information, your
I mean,
ID, your license
possibly.
number, all of that.
Well,
Yeah.
it says here that acceptable verification tools would include commercial systems that check photo ID or
Yep.
transactional data, like you were just saying, such as mortgage or employment records.
Yep.
The law also requires that this information be deleted immediately after the verification is completed. This law will
Ah.
go this law will go
Okay.
into the law will go into effect at the end of September, and it carries potential penalties for noncompliance. Businesses that fail to verify users' ages could face civil lawsuits filed by the Ohio Attorney General. So it would be a state offense. So it wouldn't even be like a mom would sue this company. It's out of the parents' hands. It's out of anybody's hands that you'd be getting sued by the state.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Now,
it's
for me, I'm just doubling back because if they do an age verification, there would have to be some sort of an acceptance, be either before or after the process, for TOS. So I'm wondering if they're
mhm.
in the TOS, since this is going through. I wonder if they might end up having a change in something there that deals with privacy. You know what I'm saying, as far as information gathered or stored,
Yeah.
for that matter. That
I mean I
fine
am
prints can always bypass something.
Yeah, I mean, people will find a way around it, either, fake IDs or, stolen IDs, I would think might begin to be more of an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Can
but it
you
does seem
imagine,
like,
bro? You got to kick so bad. You got to steal your cousin's ID to go.
right?
Come on,
That's just
bro. Like,
wild.
you got an issue, my
Yeah,
guy. You got an issue. That's just
that's
nuts.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I have seen like there's this one content creator in particular that comes to mind who she would fall sort of like on the in that spectrum of what they're saying, like either, sexually explicit or just harmful. She would probably fall more along the harmful side of that. Her name is Eugenia Cooney. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her. I'm sure somebody out there knows who I'm talking about, but she's been on the freaking internet forever. And she is a very sick individual physically. She
Right.
it probably has, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but you can just look at her and tell that she has a very severe eating disorder. And she recently, I believe she got banned from YouTube, or just I think she got demonetized from YouTube. She was on Twitch for a while. I think she got demonetized there. Then she moved over to TikTok, and now she just more recently became demonetized there. She can't have paid subscriptions anymore, and I don't think she can make commission off of sales from TikTok Shop anymore. So it does
Right.
seem like there is a push to um, try to protect children from seeing things that, their young minds maybe don't comprehend or can't understand that could affect them negatively. Like that type of content, like pro Anna content, is
Right.
really something we don't want like young children, especially girls looking at.
I'm just looking
So
here
I mean,
like how would
I
this
say this
work
is a
if you
good thing.
live how would this work low key if you live like on the border or close to the border? Cuz like you know how like certain spots, like for example, like I live in a certain spot, right? Now I don't know if this happens to everybody, but like I live in a certain spot, and for some reason like my phone weather app and shit like that, like all these different apps and shit always ping like downtown
Oh
Buffalo,
yeah.
right? Even though I'm not there particularly, that's where it always gives me for my recommended and shit, right? If
Yeah.
you live like say on this side, the Pennsylvania side, but like for your internet service ping tower would be on the Ohio, like how would
Mhm.
that work?
I would assume that
How are
you
they
would
gonna
fall
how are they
underneath
gonna
the
police this though? Is what I'm
I would,
wondering.
yeah, I would assume you'd probably fall underneath the Ohio law, and if you didn't like that, then you'd probably have to switch servers,
Like right
service
here,
providers.
West Hill. Look at this city is literally on the line
Mm-hmm.
of Ohio and Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Like that is how are they going? I don't know, bro.
How are we verifying OnlyFans for West Hill, people?
Right. Like because
The
at
real
that point,
question.
like we have a spot. There's a plaza up the street, right? The plaza's in a certain city. The mailing address is for a whole nother city, and then the school district is for a whole nother city.
Right. Yeah,
All in
I
this
don't
one
know.
spot, and I'm like, well, damn.
Well, and that's like Snappa brought up a good point. Like, there's also people that use VPN, so I don't know how deep
True.
these tools that they're using can scrape for IP,
I'm
for
also
spoofing and
wondering
things
if
like that.
this is an implication for an AI system that they're going to use.
Mm, it could be. It could
You
be.
know?
I mean, I think they think that because the thing is, like, yeah, there will always be a way to circumvent
Mm-hmm.
security protocol when it comes to things like this. But I think that at least trying or making it a little bit more difficult is a step in the right direction because it's all just out there,
Right.
and like there's even on Reddit, there's, not safe for work subreddits and stuff on there that
Mm-hmm.
anyone can access. You just have to click a little thing, yes, I'm over 18, and then boom, you're in there. I mean, anyone can do that.
Yeah.
So, as a parent, like, I think it's a good idea. I would be happy to see it probably rolled out across the whole country,
Right.
but I mean, I don't know.
I like I said, I heard something about it through an article. It was back when I was doing the fishing for the like when certain bills like the Genius Act and shit was getting like starting to go through Congress and all that. I was looking through different sub bills that were getting looked at and shit like that, and that one was one of the ones that I was looking at. I was like, wait a minute, like nationwide, or what are we talking?
Yeah,
What are we talking about here? Is this state to state? Is this going to roll out state to state? How is this? You know what I mean? Like, how is this
yeah.
exactly going to work?
I would assume they're probably going to use Ohio as sort of a guinea pig. They're going to see how, because it's rolling out in September. That's relatively quick.
You know
So
what we
I
could
would,
look up? We could look up states with the highest percentage of usage on those sites. And I'm
yeah,
wondering if Ohio might be that top state.
I could see it.
Do
It's
you know what I'm
boring.
saying? No disrespect. I'm
Yeah.
not saying
No, I
I'm just
know.
saying like if
No,
that
none
might
taken.
be the reason why this one is being thrown in as far as the front line of the article itself might be the front
Yeah,
runner for why it is. I don't know. That like I said, that would be an interesting
yeah.
fact to try to find. Like what state percentage does that state have for usage of that on that site as far as
Hmm.
either hours logged or whatever
Right.
across the state. That's wild. That is wild though. Excuse me, to think about,
Yeah.
just because of the fact that like I said, excuse me, that has different implications to it. Like there's different things and avenues that this could actually go down um, with this, because you specifically stated in the article itself that it was saying that deleted immediately after.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's a whole nother thing, because if it's
Well,
it's got to be some sort of AI that's doing that.
I would think, but I
You
mean,
know what I mean?
just because they delete it right after you put it in doesn't mean that it wasn't somehow transmitted before it was deleted to data collectors, you
Right.
know.
That's the other thing I was about to ask because I was gonna see if it said anything about the. There's one thing about storing it. I understand that, but like,
Right.
do they have the free responsibility of saying, "Oh, look, check it. We got a phone number, we got an ID, and we got a fucking credit card. Who
Well,
need,
the thing that
who wants to
the
buy who wants
thing
to buy it? Like they already got them lined up, type shit. You know what I mean?
the thing that I find interesting is one of the one of the options they mentioned for verification was like employment records. And
Right.
I'm thinking, what if somebody maliciously got their hands on this information? Then you would be able to see like who the person is, what they're looking at, and where they work.
Right.
So you could really cause some issues for
Mm-hmm.
someone if you had all of that information. So it's a little concerning. I'm not worried about it because I don't use that kind of content, so I'm safe. But
Right.
for those of you out there that like to partake, I don't know, it might be rolling out your way. Hopefully you're over 18.
I don't know, man. I don't know. For all right, so check it for my local news. It's a little bit more of a somber note. You know what I'm saying? So just yesterday, last night actually, Quinn and myself were involved in a little bit of an accident with an 18-wheeler here. I'm gonna throw the photos up of what our car looked like, and then I'll explain kind of what happened. But we basically just got off work, on our way back to the house. It was just Quinn and I in the car. None of the kids were with us, thankfully. But
Mm-hmm.
what happened was we went through a light. The light itself turned yellow as we were going through it. We went through the light and got to the other side of the intersection. However, the traffic in front of us was backed up at another light in front of us. So we were backed up to like right on the edge of that intersection. There was a tractor trailer in the left turning lane on the opposite side of the street who decided to think it was a good idea to go through the light and try to make a turn. He tried to beat the light, so he turned super, super close to us and ended up hitting us, got us drugged under like the carriage of the trailer itself. You could see at the top of the car right there where the trailer met and kind of dug us underneath. And then from there, it just drug us about 8 feet into the. We ended up in the middle of the intersection, and then we were jammed. Like that's the driver's side that got hit, and right up against my door. I couldn't get out, so I had to jump over to Quinn's seat when she got out and got out the car. We were okay though. We were actually stopped. We were completely stopped. However, you know what I'm saying. The truck decided he wanted to run the light. But yeah, no, we're good. This is just the outcome of it. Brand new car. You know what I'm saying. I got smoked. We're gonna see what's up. But yeah, it definitely has some damage. Like this inside part right here. I don't know if you can see, like right above the wheel on the right photo, where like that like scuff mark looking thing is. Underneath that is like this car here doesn't particularly have like a back quarter panel. The quarter panel itself is all tied into the body. So like all that got damaged. So that would be, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. We're still working with people, but yeah, no, we're all right. We are all right. No worries on our end. We are super safe. It's just a vehicle thing at this point, property damage. But yeah.
Cars, this is what I used to tell people when I work at Progressive, and they'd be super bummed. And they were okay. I'd be like, listen, cars could be replaced.
Facts.
They can.
I will
can't.
say, listen. Kush got out that car and yeah, I was ready. I was ready.
He was about to go OC.
You don't understand, man. My pops is a truck driver, or not now. He's retired, but my pops had been a truck driver. He drove truck for upwards of, I think it was like 35 years, 35, something like that. And growing up with a truck driver, you understand and learn things, especially, you know, as a boy. I know some girls have an interest in that as well, and we have, you know, shout out all the female truck drivers out there, you guys holding down. But for me, I took a real interest in like, what the hell is he really doing? Like, he drives how many hours? Like, wait, hold on, huh? And then you learn things like there's unwritten rules that truck drivers do. You know what I'm saying? Like certain things that happen, you know, for example, when you see a cop and things like that, you know what I'm saying? With the CB radios and all that. Like there's certain things that he definitely, like my dad, you could ask Quinn, my dad got on the scene and gave this dude the craziest glare. Like it was like truck driver to truck driver. He gave him that look like, are you fucking kidding me? Like based on the story that he heard of what happened, like homie, you don't ever in a big ass truck with a 53-foot trailer, you decided it was a good idea to try to beat the light? Like, no. What? Yeah, nah, it was crazy though. It was crazy though. Like learning like certain shit like that, and the way my dad reacted, I was like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't punch this dude out. Quinn had to grab me real quick, like, hold on, because the dude literally got out his truck. Just imagine this. You got all, like, what I just explained happened, right? The truck went up over the car, drug us 8 feet into the intersection, and all that happened. Homie gets out the car, or out of the truck, the cab of the truck, starts walking back to us. Quinn and I still sitting in the car. We got all the windows down. You can see the windows are down right here. That's how the windows are down on both sides. Like, the front is all the way, the back is a little bit halfway, because we're just used to having kids. That's how it is. He's looking through the windows. We're both looking back like, who the fuck is this? Is this the driver? He gets out and goes, you guys okay? And we're like, yeah. And the very next question is, what happened? Excuse me, bitch? You the driver of the truck that just smashed us, and you're going to say, what happened? Excuse me, sir. Like, the fuck are you doing driving this truck if you don't even understand what you just did?
Right. What did you do?
What
did I do?
Like,
what did I do?
Dude, when he said that, you don't understand. Quinn was so quick to turn around as soon as, because I said, excuse me? And as soon as I said that, she turned, grabbed me, and I'm like, fist balled up, like I was finna throw. And mind you, this is in an intersection. The intersection that this happened at, where we're parked at right now actually is on that turn that he was trying to make. This turn right here literally goes directly into a toll. Like it's a toll road that goes onto the highway. So like right in front of our car in these photos, right in front of this about maybe 100 feet is an electronic toll. So where it's a scanner that just reads your license, right? So basically he was trying to get on the toll road and we're trying to go through. This was at rush hour, like 5 o'clock, right? Which is why the light that we stopped at in front of us was backed all the way up to that light. So like everybody in there, bro, we had people going, it looked like a chaotic scene because like the people at the lights say it was like we didn't even get into an accident. They're all driving around us. Oh, my light's green. Let's go.
Oh, yeah,
we're in the middle of the intersection. An 18-wheeler and us are in the middle, and people are just like, oh, I got the green light. See ya. As long as the cops weren't there, they were going through, driving around us, all this other shit. Luckily, an AMR ambulance was on like they were on the off ramp from the highway coming off, and apparently they seen it. So like when they drove up to finally get to the light, they stopped, turned the lights on and shit. Everybody okay? Let me call dispatch. Da, 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 da. I'm like, great, I ain't even got to call the cops. Now I can whoop his ass. And Quinn's like, no. Like we're good. Like don't. I'm like, oh man, like I want to square up with homie so bad, bro. Like you don't understand. That trailer was like 3 inches away from my nose, bro. I was like, what
Psychopath.
you mean? What happened, bro? I swear to God,
blaring in your head.
Right, bro. You don't even understand. I was suppressing voices on top of Quinn's voice in the background. Like her voice was just piercing through the other one. Her voice came through like, you back the fuck up. You back the fuck. Get back in where you were. Like I'm up here. I was like, all right, Quinn, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I got you. You know what I mean? The fucked up part though is like, dude, it's just this is the coincidences I'm talking about, man. This is the coincidence because like we just got off work. We just spent all day busting our shit, you know what I'm saying, on shift. We just get off. We finally get a chance to go home and relax. We had to go get the kid actually because he was at my pop's house. So we had to go get the kid, but that's what we were on the way to. You know what I'm saying? And bam, like, oh, well, that just fucking ruined our afternoon, you heard? Like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, man. That shit it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. That's what we went through yesterday, man. That happened last night, and yeah. It's crazy. It's mad crazy. Big shout out, though, to everybody that is here on the Korner Konvo podcast. We have had some news articles that we've gone over already. I do have some more tracks in this queue as well. We have some more, I believe we have some more drive-by reviews coming up.
Snap was
Yes.
like, that's why I rollerblade.
That's why I rollerblade. Hey, you hear me? You know what is funny? What is funny, and I thought, you know what I'm saying? I can be serious in that situation too, but at the very beginning of it, I looked back on it, I'm like, yo, that was pretty fucking funny, bro. I'm not gonna front, cause, like I said, it's literally the intersection it's a T intersection. So where the direction we're going, you can either go forward or make a right onto the highway, the toll road. For his way, you could either go straight or make a left, right? So, like, we're in the middle of this T intersection, and people are making a right-hand turn off the highway, right? And all of a sudden, me and Quinn, we're starting to try to get out the car, and guess what we hear? We hear some dude drive by us and go, "You can't park there!" Bro,
God,
look,
are you kidding
I
me?
swear to God, bro. And the first thing I thought was like, fuck that guy. Like, you know what I mean? And then I thought about it and I'm like, bro, what if I'm like a viral video of this dude on live or something and he's talking about, you can't park there? Like, bro.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
It's funny to me because like that is some shit I would do. Like Quinn can vouch. I would be that dude, like driving by it especially if it just happened. Like that
You
when
can't
it's
park there.
the fresher the better, bro. It made Quinn so pissed too. But like after we sat down and like calmed down from the thing, and, like figured everything out, like we thought about it and shit. I'm like, bro, that dude was fucking. That dude was so timely. Like that timely. Like we were barely getting our seatbelts off, and all we hear out the window is "You can't park there," and then it's like fading away because he's turning and like driving off as he's saying it. So like it just
God.
it hit a whole bunch of different when we sat down, relaxed for
Yeah.
a second.
You're
you
not
know
mad
what I mean?
anymore,
Right,
right?
right. And that
You
shit.
can't park there.
Oh man, that shit made my afternoon after I thought about it. I was like, oh my goodness, that is hilarious. That is hilarious.
Can't
Real quick
park
though,
there.
before we go back, I just want to do a recap with some of the people out there. I don't know if you've heard the stories about the most recent, what they call quote unquote natural disasters with these floods going on. But I'm sorry, this video here, I'm only going to play a clip of it at the beginning so you guys can understand what the magnitude of this actually looked like. But I will say in the areas that this happened, they were highlighted areas that were publicly known for geoengineering, the cloud seeding, etc. All right. And the rainfall that totaled this day was extreme as well. However, this right here is a video of, let me see, can I bring it up? Where did it go? It's right here. So this right here is a video. This is from somebody that's up on a bridge within the same river area. Now, I believe this is more towards the beginning of where everything was going on. And you can just see the intensity of how high this came through. It almost looks unreal. It really does, just because it's like we have what's known as there's an 18-mile creek. It's called creek, but there are some spots that do get kind of deep and have a
Rivery.
little bit of, right. It does flow straight off of Lake Erie. Now it looks like this. As you can see, this water level's not very high. It doesn't look very like what I'm saying, flowing for that matter.
Right.
It's it looks very timid almost is what I would call it. But you can see right here, this little wave-looking thing. That's this It looks tsunami-ish. It's ridiculous.
Wild.
I'm gonna play this real quick. This little clip, a couple of seconds, and you guys can see what this intensity looks like on these floods. And just imagine being in the shoes of the people in the area when this is occurring. You know what I mean? And just think how fast this happened versus what your natural instinct and how fast your reaction time to such an event would have been. Like, people didn't really have time to even think in certain situations.
Right.
So it's crazy. But this is it right here. This is a... Like, it literally looks like somebody opened a dam somewhere and was like, everybody just go.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's just, for me, it's tough to like see this and believe that this just comes from rainwater. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Look at that. The same spot he was just in, which had literally like almost no water. Like it looked like it was some spots ankle deep.
Mm-hmm.
At this point in time, it's literally swallowing trees.
Yeah.
Like literally swallowing trees. And now look at it. There is no riverbank anymore. That's gone.
Right. Look, and all that debris, like, yeah.
That's a tree getting blowed over. Yep,
Yeah.
you're gone.
Holy crap. Oh my gosh.
Now, mind you, look at this. Look at this. I'm just gonna go back real quick. Look how deep and far away that this water looks. He's on top of a bridge going over this little river. Look how deep that looks. Now look at how fucking close that water level is on the same bridge that he's on. That's probably a 30-foot drop.
Yeah.
Off this original footage. I would say probably at 25, 30 feet, maybe, you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably.
Easy. Because like you could see some of these trees that are down, on the riverbank. Easily, some of those trees got to be 20 feet high. And he's looking at the tops of them. But like you just how quickly it's literally level with the fucking bridge. That is insane.
That's insane. Yeah. Wow.
Okay, that is insane. Now, mind you, they said this came in as little as 30 to 40 minutes. This rose over 30 feet.
Jeez.
So just keep that in the minds of like if you live next to this or in this area, right? Or you live on that riverbank. That easily could have came up to a point where like you can't even drive out of there anymore. By the time you get anything packed up, if you have pets that you know what I'm saying, like as far as dogs, cats, and all that you gotta want to try to get out, you don't have time to pack nothing besides like you and yourself and your people. You know what I mean? There ain't no like, hey, get the emergency kit like in the closet and all that. Like by the time you do that, you go outside, it's up to your kneecaps. Like
you don't even have time to blow up your water wings.
Right. Like it is insane. And again, all in all seriousness, you know what I'm saying? People were lost in this, as far as their lives, and some still missing. Our condolences to all the families and shit out there. We also had a whole nother flood that happened, I believe, in Tennessee, which also took lives similar to this. Now, again, this is what I was talking about as far as coincidences. Both of these floods, this one and the one, I believe it was Tennessee. I don't take my word for it, but I believe it was Tennessee from the articles I was reading and the videos I was seeing. Both of these events were, like I said, they were these events that happened happened within days of each other.
Yeah.
That is like that part is unheard of. As far as this one in this area, this river here specifically, I think it was in the 1980s, did similar things to this, which is why this actual bridge here was probably built so high up. You know what I'm saying? Because shit like this has happened before. I'm not saying that it is, but I'm just saying.
Well, and like when you look at that bank that it filled, I mean, obviously over time there's erosion with water and stuff like that, but it would lead me to believe at one point the water was probably a little bit higher there, so it probably does fluctuate, but the amount that came through there, like that looks like you just blew a hole in a freaking dam.
Yeah.
Like where? How?
Look, all of this, most of this was treetops.
Most
of this was treetops.
I
Now
mentally
it's just a couple.
can't. So was there like a levee that gave out, or was there a dam that broke?
But check this out. Since this happened, this was in a certain area. It was more western Texas. It's not complete western Texas, but it was more western in like central western Texas. Right now, on the eastern side of Texas, since this happened, there have been reports of levees malfunctioning, dams malfunctioning, and like the radars, the blip radars that were showing. Some were in groups in areas, like they're like just malfunctioning is what they're calling it. No, I haven't gotten the full stories on these, but they were just saying that there's been reports of malfunctioning ones on like the eastern side of the state, which is now, and again, mind you, this is the part that's ironic, is the eastern side of the state doesn't have the highlighted areas affected by these public geoengineering spots. So that's what's kind of weird for me. Like the floods, that happening on the west side are being more driven towards this, right? Because like the west side of Texas has this highlighted areas, multiple spots of this state is highlighted with these areas, and the east side's not so much. But now they're getting reports of levees and fucking dams being malfunctioned. I don't know what the malfunction actually means. I don't know if they're going to a point where they're opening on their own or anything like that. Again, I don't have that report.
Yeah.
I just have the article that I read. It just said Eastern Texas reports of levees and dams malfunctioning. I read up on some of them, some of the ones in the area, certain areas, and I'm looking at it, and it's just giving me the fact that the systems themselves are having issues. There's no real clear, like, and again, I don't know if it's something that they can't get the information for. I don't know. I have no idea. It's just wild though to see. It is very wild to see, quote unquote, natural disaster like this happening.
Yeah, it's unfathomable. Like that's what I was saying. Like it's just crazy to think that that's just rainwater and that there was no levee that broke, no dam that gave way. It just that was what happened. Like what? It's crazy.
Oh, look, at the end of this, it actually did breach the bridge.
No way.
It did. It breached the bridge. It crossed the bridge. It got to the top of the bridge right here. That's debris and shit that's washed up over the bridge.
Oh my god. Holy crap.
Yeah, that is wild. That is absolutely wild, bro.
Yeah, he was standing on top of that bridge looking out over like a gorge. Like that's
what it looked like. And see, we have that same 18-Mile Creek, which is kind of weird for me because it's eerie in the fact that we have those same, like what that view looked like is the view we have driving over a lot of our bridges. And Quinn can vouch for this. Like it's probably a 30 to 35 foot drop on all of these. Now, mind you, there's barely water that comes through these on a regular, right? There are times where we do have those severe thunderstorms for like 2 or 3 hours in a period of a day, and then they do rise. Now, this is why I say it's crazy to think about, because ours, they rise to a certain spot, but it's maybe 6 feet max. They rise about 6 to 8 feet total. And this is in a 4-hour span, 5-hour span. And then, of course, the after effects of it where it, stays at a certain level, maybe 5 or 6 more hours. But to see up to 30 feet rising in 30 minutes is absolutely unreal as far as the just to crunch those numbers and wrap them around, you know what I mean? The thought process of like that actually being a thing, looking out your window saying, hey, look, the river looks kind of high today. And then going back to like, say, take a piss or something and then coming back and going, why am I walking in water? Did somebody leave a sink on? And then you look outside and wait a minute, that motherfucker's at your door.
Yeah. See, you know what's really wild too is like there's a spot out by us. It's Route 6 and like it's this huge bridge. It goes over the same, it's kind of like a little gorge or like a canyon sort of thing.
Right.
And there's a river that's underneath it and you'll see it rise, whenever we get a lot of rain and fall back when it's been dry. But we were heading to Chardon for the 4th of July. Wait, was it 4th of July? No, it was for Father's Day. And we went to go that way, and there's 2 bridges. So there's like the main bridge, that's the main road, and that's a huge bridge. And then underneath, there's like a little side road that kind of horseshoes it. And then there's like a tiny little metal bridge down there, but it's like old.
Right.
And both of those roads were closed, and it said that they were working on those bridges. And I told Ron, I'm like, why would they work on both bridges at the exact same time? Like, wouldn't it make sense to leave one open and then, but they were doing something on both those bridges. This was back like June 20th or whenever Father's Day was.
You couldn't even go the way you had to detour completely around.
We had to detour completely around. It took us like a half an hour out of our way. And it was just weird because I've never seen both of those bridges closed at the exact same time. Like, it's usually one or the other. and
Now,
they
are
were
they
both closed.
connected? Are they two bridges connected by the same like the same structure support system at the bottom, and they're just
No,
separated by like an air medium, or
no.
they're two
They're
separate
totally separate.
entities? By
Yeah. So
okay,
like
damn,
the
that is
first
odd.
one,
That
the
is very
first
odd.
one looks like the one in the video, like it's part of the road. It's like one of those big like overpass type
Right, right.
bridges. And then the second one, when you go down to that one, you actually drive down a hill. So like you go down the gorge, just like a little back road. And
So
then
it's a
it's
lower
this one,
elevation one, huh?
yeah, and it's just like a one lane bridge and it takes you across the water. So it's like it's old, I think. I think it's been there since the 1800s. It has like one of those little plaques on it, you know.
Oh
But it's
yeah,
just
the history
yeah.
plaques. Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter always used to call it the Princess Bridge.
Wow.
I don't know. Like, yeah, but they were both closed. They were working on both of them at the same time. And it's like now to see all this stuff happening, it's like, were they reinforcing some stuff? Did they know
And listen,
something that we didn't?
look, nobody said it earlier in the chat too. He said something about coincidentally a lot of things are happening with flights recently,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In the same instance, bro, like you can say the same thing about Mother Nature. Like
Yeah.
Mother Nature's been popping off globally like as if she was just like pissed off, like
Yeah.
somebody cheated on her or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy cuz like when in your lifetime have you heard just about every day an earthquake, a volcano,
Right.
a tornado,
Yeah.
a hurricane, a fucking cyclone, a fucking blizzard? When do you
Right.
hear this happening every single day? Something
Yeah.
somewhere in the world just fucking popped. And I'm talking like I get it, things happen all the time in the world, but does it make fucking national and international news on a regular? Like I'm
No.
sorry, news used to be boring,
Right.
like pretty fucking boring, and it's like now it's become like a drama-filled fucking act. Every time you turn on the news, like this story's popping off, this story's popping, and it's like you look at it, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're like, damn, wait a minute, hold on, like
Well, there's like
what?
there's been so much with these floods and like it to me I find it I don't know if this is like this might be kind of a weird connection to make, but in
Hmm.
the Bible, you know, it says that
Hey, I get where you're going. Go ahead.
God said he promised he would never destroy the earth or wipe out the population again with a flood. So I'm almost like was that his way of being like, yeah, so when all that flooding and stuff starts happening, just know it's not me doing it.
Right.
It's not natural.
Yeah.
It's not naturally
And
happening.
it's
Like I just,
crazy because of how
I don't
many
know.
articles I picked up and seen that it's in the headline
Hmm.
like it's referenced to be strictly narrative towards natural disaster.
Right. Yeah.
Like natural, like first of all, if it's a flood, we would naturally assume it was a natural disaster. But
Right. Why are you driving that
the
home?
fact that you're driving it home on top of these skewed ass fucking numbers that we're looking at, it don't make
Right. Oh,
sense.
yeah.
It don't make sense.
No.
It just
It's
doesn't.
crazy.
It's really crazy. But the connection that I was looking at was more or less the specific spot that got torn apart, or tore apart, I should say. The Camp Mystic. I don't know if you were
Yeah.
aware of that. Yeah, but that's where if anybody, you know what I mean, wants to ride down that rabbit hole, check that out, because specifically the connections from that to people across this little, you know what I'm saying, spectrum of things that we're looking at here, that's kind of adding some different tweaks to it too.
Hmm.
Yeah. But anyway, listen. Hey, check it out. Smash that thumbs up. Hit the share button. Korner Konvo podcast is in effect right now, man. We just got done some more of this local news. We have a couple more news articles that I just kind of have off to the side. We might get to those. But we have a little list here. All right. Big shout out, though, to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's submitting tonight. Hella submissions coming through. We have up first right now, though. I believe this one, Setting Fire Records, is Toxic in the chat. Excuse me. This one is a published track. Vibe check going on for Toxic. You guys in the chat, you already know what it is. Let them know if this passes the vibe. It's called Sick Manic. And this one here is featuring Quiet. This one is a dance and EDM joint. Let us know if this one is the vibe. Let's get it.
I'm a final bitch, I'm a final bitch, yeah. Get the fuck out of my way, I'm on some Vada pills. I'm a final bitch, I'm a final bitch, yeah. I'm a final bitch. You better be running, kid. I'm a final bitch, I'm a final bitch. Get the fuck out of my way. I'm a final bitch. Get the fuck out of my way, I'm on some fight. I'm a final bitch. Get the fuck out of my way, I'm on some Vada pills. I'm a final bitch, I'm a final bitch, yeah. I'm a final bitch. You better be right. I'm a final bitch, I'm a final bitch. Get the fuck out of my way. I'm a final bitch. Get the fuck out of my way, I'm on some fight. I'm a final bitch. Get the fuck out of my way, I'm on some Vada pills. I'm a final bitch, I'm a final bitch, yeah. I'm a final bitch. You better be right.
That was Sick Manic right there. That was Toxic featuring Quiet. I'm starting to think, Toxic, are you the producer, right? I think he said it before. He's a producer. I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm believing if Quiet is the vocalist, then they're playing people with their name.
I know, I was just gonna say that. That's very clever.
Right. Like, oh, it's featuring Quiet, and everybody's like, oh, I gotta really listen to it. He's quiet, I gotta listen to this. And then
It's
all
gonna
of a
be
sudden,
like real chill.
they think it's like some they think it's like some
ASMR.
Yup. And then all of a sudden they just I was like, whoa, hold the fuck on. Oh man. No, yeah, that's dope. That was dope. It was a super
That was
vibe.
sick.
Oh man. Yeah, that was Toxic coming through though with a vibe check. We have Bad Conduct. Ooh, I just noticed Bad Conduct. This was the one. I was trying to find the one that was flagged. This is the one that was flagged, bro. 413. Unfortunately, a little over the limit. Let's see. K3 coming up. I swear to God, I was trying to find it too. My Bad Conduct. I knew I had an announcement because I heard the ping earlier, and I was trying to find the link that was over the limit. That was the one. But this one coming through from K3. You can submit again, Bad Conduct. So you can submit again. This one is called, Final Name to Be Determined is coming through from K3. Now, K3, are you up for suggestions in the chat? For you know what I'm saying? It's up to you. Let them know.
He said, "Let me know what you think." I would assume.
Well, yeah, no,
Maybe
this is a whip. This is a whip, so it's a drive by from us,
yeah.
and in the chat it's a drive by, but it's for the it says final name to be determined. So I don't know.
You're talking about name.
Yeah, the name itself is untitled right now, but if you know what I'm saying, if in fact he wanted some suggestions, people in the chat could definitely throw out what they think it could be called. Just let them know. Just let them know in the chat. However, we're gonna give it a drive-by review based on what we're hearing. Y'all lock and load in the chat. All right, and K3, hey, quickly, duck.
What do I look like? A fucking failure, that's what it feels like. To try and settle for so-called real life. It really hurts to know I'm wrong. The painful shame saying in every song. Surprise, surprise, man, my demise is strong. What the fuck I look like? Apparently, all my life's embarrassing compared to scenes. Apparently, I'm too scared to see, so I stay blind. This was carried me. For the hard times, for the dark sides, for the worst times, for the best songs, with the worst lies. First time I felt the sky fall for I could stop it. So I stood still, stay silent, hit the tears, trying to change my mindset. Still they appear, when will they stop it? I can't continue this shit. Yet here I am, standing tall, flesh and bone to my skin and crawl. Keep on telling myself I'm okay when that's the worst lie. The ones from OJ, man, what's told me is do, don't try. Either die by the truth or live by lies. What's the difference? Was my response. He then just grinned, tipped his hat and drove off. I asked myself, what do I look like? A fucking failure, that's what it feels like. To try and settle for so-called real life. It really hurts to know I'm wrong. The painful shame sang in every song. Surprise, my demise is strong. What the fuck I look like? Apparently, my life is embarrassing compared to scene. Apparently, I'm too scared to see, so I stay blind. This was carried me. Through the hard times, for the dark sides, for the worst time, for the best song with the worst lies. First time I felt the sky fall, the rock could stop it. So I stood still, stay silent, hit the tears, trying to change my mindset. But they still appear, well, will they stop it? I cannot continue this shit. I ask myself, what do I look like? A fucking failure is what it feels like. To try and settle for so-called real life. It really hurts to know I'm wrong. The painful shame sang in every song. In every song.
Yeah, Untitled again. Name to be determined. If you have a name in the chat, let them know what you guys think about it. That is K3 on that one. Drive-by review coming. Mom, what are you thinking about this one here?
Okay, I really like this. This was kind of, like he said, something different, and it was cool. As far as like quality, on the mix, I know he's still working on it, I'm sure. I have a 3. There were a few parts sort of in the beginning of the track that I felt like his main vocal, I wanted it up a little bit more. Some of the ad-libs were a little bit loud. I don't know if I would necessarily turn the ad-libs down. I think the main vocal just needs to come up just a little bit. And then just adjust that from there. He knows. I don't, But and then as far as relatability, I had a 4. I really like this. I like the rock vibe and the way he's vocalizing a little bit different in this, like almost singing in some parts. And I think that adds a lot to the lyrics. Like it really kind of drives them home. And so I think that was pretty impactful. And replayability, I have a 4 because I still really do like the track. And I'm sure once he is done mixing it and everything, this would easily be 5s across.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. As far as my scores though, I think I'm with a 3-4-3 as it stands. It's similar to what you were talking about, the same kind of voluming issues I was hearing, as well as potentially maybe some of the modulation within the vocals can probably be brought back just a little bit. It's not like super like over, but I feel like if you brought it back just like a hair, you know what I'm saying? It might come through a little. It just felt, for me, it felt like it was, you know what I mean, a little bit more spacious than I wanted it to be, if that makes sense. As far as the mains go. But yeah, no, the ad-libs were good. A little louder at the beginning, like you were saying. That could definitely be something to tweak as well. He said, "I'm getting mad like K3." All right, all right, okay. I think I know what you meant to say, but yeah. If you guys have a name suggestion for him in the chat, let him know. He said, "I got no idea for a name." Slump C. He said, "I use ChatGPT for my names." Well then. No, I got you, K3. I understand what you were saying. Let me see who we have up next. Oh, Slump, you might have been the other one. Look at that, 420. 420. Let me double back because these guys are over limit. So we're going to go back to the submission form here. I'm going to grab this next one up. Unfortunately, Slump, you hit the same little wall, buddy. 4 minutes, the limit. You feel me? That part does stay the same. We don't have a limit on submissions, just the time, as you know what I'm saying. We try to get everybody played in here respectively. This one from Scandalous Bones is coming up, and it is a published track. So vibe check, you know what I'm saying? Vibe check. This one is called Flames. It's in the hip hop category. Let them know what you guys think about it, and if it passes the vibe.
I'm sorry about that, yo. Dear Heavenly Father, I come to you in prayer. I want to thank you for sending these men here for. When I see them, I see my brothers, but in these times we just don't know, Father.
Can you give me a minute? I'm at a loss for words. Fuck a hook, fuck a chorus, and fuck this verse. Most importantly, fuck all of these songs I started throughout the day and was writing all night long. Don't know what I'm putting on. This fucking world be the coldest. Heaven and hell, sometimes it's hard to see your opponent. Lost in the world, and I don't give a fuck where I'm going. Just drifting along the crust, wires crackling at the cuff. I was told once that things will change, and ain't believe it until I saw it never be the same. So insane, got me going crazy to the man brain. Keeping it all concealed, never reveals the shit I can't explain. Write your story, rap your life. Got homies that's dead and gone, that's supposed to be in the limelight. Fuck around with my mind, going crazy.
I'm praying to allow for us to come together, Father, from the trenches to the people who need hope, Father, whether it's Spanish, whether it's black, whether it's white, whatever it is, Father.
Check this out, we finna leave this on a high note. Everybody got their own agendas that not even God knows. Lay low, tiptoe, get out if they friend or foe. Even though they saying that they the homie, still trust no soul. They lay on fire, so had the streets cold. You ain't got enough heart, going the heart broke. Cut though, know it's hard to have faith, no hope. I see you at the crossroads when it's time to take the long way home. Tic-tac-toe, feet 5-4, fun. Ain't eating steak with no snakes, and I ain't eating no crumbs. Run up on you like where you from. Say the wrong thing you said and done. And you wanna hear it from me, you hear about what we done.
Father, allow for unity and supplication to come together in this community, Father. Led by joy, led by hope, led by the divine, Father. Let's go.
Wanna make something official, show you how creative I could really get with an intro. You speak on the dead, then my homies is gonna get you. Pocket rocket popping out, popping off like a missile. Promise that we won't miss you. What's the issue? Anybody that you got with you is getting hit too. Nobody showing you love, lesson love gon' be beneficial. Shit'll get critical, shit'll gotta watch out for the snakes. Downplaying the minimal, football that's subliminal. Just another selfish individual. Come and kick your candlelights right after the visual. Ain't no respect, no guidance. Turn when you cut a bitch your darkest.
JP on the track, B.
Yeah, Scandalous Bones on this one. That's Flames. Let them know if it passed the vibe check on this one here. Scandalous Bones on that. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Give me one
Nice.
second. I am grabbing. All right. So, again, apologies to the ones that submitted, you know what I'm saying, that were over, that they've got pinged. So they can't go through. We needed some resubmissions from you guys are more than welcome. If you guys want to submit something different within the time limit. But for right now, where was it? Where did it go? Hold on a second. All right, let me throw us on the screen. Fuck it. We'll throw us on the screen. While I'm getting and gathering this up, I am going to make an announcement real quick. We got the mid-month mayhem going down on Sunday. That is the Song of the Night tournament. That's going to be happening on Sunday night. You guys need to get in, get your track submitted, and get voted on to make the Song of the Night finals. We have a top 4 going through, 2 winners coming out of that. And I did want to quickly get an announcement for those that might not be aware. It is a wild card weekend.
Wild card weekend.
Yeah, that's happening on this little tip here. So we're going to have 3 overall winners on Sunday. All right, 3 overall winners. And yeah, if you come in and you start early, you know what I'm saying, getting your submissions in, again, I do, advise when you come in, submit once, get a feel for the crowd, and if you have something in your bag that fits a little bit better into what they like, that's your ticket. It's all about the vibes, man. That's why we do vibe checks down here. If they fuck with it, it's a potential track to be submitting on Downtown Sound. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. It was funny because I had one of the dudes. I believe he's from your server, if I'm not mistaken. He's a little younger cat. Was referring it to like the structure, if you will, was referred a little bit more towards like it was something like Pokemon. And they were saying something about like you can bring your track that's not quite finished, but in like quote unquote training mode down and like practice it, and then on the tournament nights and shit like that for Song of the Night, that's where you like get to like, I choose you. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I get it. Not really what I was looking at when I was making the structure, but I'm glad it correlates. You know what I mean?
He understands, yeah.
Right, in a way that you can understand it. That's great. That's super dope. But yeah, it's similar, you know what I mean, in the aspect of getting down here and getting a submission in, getting a feel for what you have as the audience in the chat that is voting on you. And yeah, from there, I'm just saying, I suggest that because we've had people come through and just submit straight back to back without even really gauging an audience. And then they wondered why they didn't really get the right votes for all 3 of their submissions. And it's like, well, I mean, hello. You know what I mean? With that being said, though, we have Mid-Month Mayhem. Again, that is happening this Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you tap in and get your submissions in. We have some tracks coming through on the submission form tonight, so we'll try to get some of these in here as well. We have 15 minutes left on this the submission form here. So
this emergency broadcast is not a drill.
Not a drill, my guy. 15
not
minutes.
A drill.
We'll be closing that up in 15 minutes. So get your tracks in for tonight's plays. He said, "Bro, Sick Manic is my wild card." Oh, well, if it's your wild card, slide it through. It might win. I'm just saying. And for those that aren't aware, the way we have it kind of structured now with the Song of the Month competition coming in, we already have 2 tracks that are taking up the first and second seed that we've had come through last week. You know what I'm saying? They came through on the Battle by the Bonfire, and shit, it was a battle. All night. It was a battle. When they came through, they won, and again, the first week that we do this, the 2 first winners that we have are going to take the first and second seed. Wild cards, whenever they come through, whether it's the first week, second, third, whatever week they come through, they will hold down the 7 and 8 spots, or potentially the 9 and 10, depending on the month itself. If we have an extra week in the month, we'll have an extra set of winners. Just so you guys are aware. So when you come through and you see your name in the bracket, if you are in that lower spot, it's because you probably won the wild card rather than the actual Song of the Night itself. Just so you're aware. Just so you guys are aware. We do have a little bit of a seating system now, so that way when we come through on the Song of the Month itself, the tournament, we have a seating situation on matchups. That's how matchups are going to be made. We don't have the pop-up show anymore where we do the bracket selection itself. That's going to be kind of a mystery up until the tournament itself for you guys in the chat. Unless you guys want to kind of do your own, you know what I'm saying, structure building and figure out what seed is where, then by all means, if you want to do it, go ahead. Otherwise, just tap in. You know what I'm saying? Just tap in on the show itself when we have the tournament, and you'll be able to see what the matchups are in the bracket. All right, I can't find this one article I had. I must have accidentally deleted this one when I was going through the other news articles. I'm gonna have to go through my history now and find it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and cycle us back over here. Because we have a bad conduct coming through, and another scandalous Bones, actually. So we'll get these guys played up while I find this. This one from Bad Conduct, featuring Spyro as well. And I don't know what to call this. Is this a potential for, you know, a name suggestion as well? Do you already have something relative to this in the, you know, in the vault that you have, you know what I'm saying, that might have a title coming to you? I don't know. It's a whip, though. It is a work in progress. So it is a drive-by review. Everybody in the chat, man, lock and load. All right, lock and load. Bad Conduct, step up for us, man. We need to see you. And also, while you're doing that, you might want to duck.
I used to be a pacifist. Every now and again raise a fist just to show Adam and shift, even though slightly aggressive since I was a kid. Seen things slightly different, seen the sun in the night sky with moons decided seen planet shift. Lost the word silence of ventriloquist. When I drop diction, Oxford rewrites pages of script for me to eat up like alphabet soup. Split the letters back to spell dope on your dish. Got whipped with this lackluster quick switch persona, only to turn it back around on ya. I'm the crowd bouncer. You got bounced by the bouncer, I'm slinging out. You got slung out, you looking strung out. Maybe you should get some sun out and flip that moon tan. Too many nights away, got you as white as the ice you're smoking. Now joking aside, I'm the dark king of the mic. Most struggle to write about places where demons hide. You can find me beside mine in the night with a fire and now rises. The minds of yours we plot. Time we got so much, hands will fall off the clock. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Yeah. And I ain't talking about the app or the fact that you craving attention. So fake cause it's all in act. You know circus behavior to prove you're a nitwit. Swine flu mixed with COVID. I'm big six and why these rappers stay away from me and don't risk it. I'm too cold, flows break through like a loophole. The dead ass if I kick it probably get a blue toe footnote. I learned how to bubble from hustling good coke and fluffy weed, that's good smoke. Went from shaky ground to a shook rope until I stabilized like a good post. Ambition and grind it took both. And take a beta try to make the alpha show. And even greater model make an outlet roll. Like where do we go from here? Waiting on the picture to change like I'm at a show premiere. Springtime making snow appear. That means some things will never happen like an oval sphere. John Doe, we got killed like a Roman deer. High quality, I'm built like a Roman spear. It's so clear. Traumatic experiences cause me to have no fear. So now I got motion, that's a big movement. On my way to the top, dog, big roofing. That's a scope, but I'm trying to scope some more W's like glue. I'm sticking to it. You can't speak on Spyro without the word influence. I get to it, indeed. He on his monster.com and into it. While you half-ass lacking bastards literally been truant. It just don't add up. We ain't similar or nowhere near congruent. I'm fluent in trap, adapt, rap, protecting my family back. No cap, put it in their face. That's an overhand slap. Traumatized from the shootouts and jailhouse staff. For dude to make me crazy if I bust out and laugh.
Yeah, I don't know what to call this. I don't know what to call this. He says the name he's unsure of. The beat was built around the vocals. I get it. I get it, man. If you guys have a suggestion in the chat, let them know what you think might potentially be name-worthy for this track here. But it's going to be a drive-by review. All right? It's going to be a drive-by review. This one here from Bad Conduct featuring Spyro. Let us know what you guys thought about it. What you got for this one? What you got for this one?
I had 4s across the board on this one. I thought the quality sounded good. I thought it was a good balance, with Bad Conduct and Spiral on this one.
Mhm.
It sounded like they were in the same vocal, studio, whatever.
Right.
There were a few parts that just one part particularly that the backing vocals kind of got a little loud, like at the end of Bad Conduct's first verse. Like I think
Right.
that was done creatively on purpose, but maybe I don't know. I don't like I want to say dial it back a little bit, but then I thought that, and then as soon as I thought that, it kind of like resolved. So I don't know. That's the
Maybe
only
a personal
questionable part
preference
for me.
then.
Yeah, and that's where I kind of like stepped back off of it a little bit. And I was like, I don't know. It
Right.
kind of works. Kind of works. So,
Mhm.
relatability I had a 4 and replayability I had a 4. So, I think
Hell
this was
yeah.
a solid track. Sounded good. It's really interesting that they said the beat was built around the vocals because like I wouldn't even know how to go about doing that. That's pretty impressive.
Mhm. I get it.
Hell yeah.
I get it. For me, I'm with 4s across the board as well. I feel like this is minus the name. This is just as close as you can get to publishable. I don't know if there's major work that they have planned. I did see that it was worked on today,
Mhm.
and I don't know if that was just a vocal that was recorded or a mix. I'm not sure, but I do know Bad Conduct and Spiral both when it comes to their their processes of production. This might not be finished for what I'm saying, but for me, I'm hearing what I'm hearing, and I think this is pretty dope. There are some things like some mom said, just little things here and there that have potential for tweaks. And again, that might just be a personal preference on the both of us, being that what I mean. Things could have been done creatively on purpose like that, so we don't know.
Right.
But it's it's still dope nonetheless. You know what I mean? Still dope nonetheless. Excuse me. Damn. Whew.
Whoa.
My fault. Yeah, that one came up with a taste. Like, nah, I didn't want it. Let me see what we got coming up real quick. We had Spyro and Bad Conduct. This one is Scandalous Bones. We also have a track coming in from Toxic after this as well, so stay tuned for that. This one, though, from Scandalous is a drive-by review. All right? Everybody in the chat as well, lock and load. Scandalous, we got a drive-by coming up. This one called Zero Cooldown, and it's featuring Trill DeFaro. So you better let him know as well. Y'all motherfuckers better duck.
Got his bones in this bitch. Free little clumps in this shit. 39 on this shit. This is a story about my life. Better days and dark nights. Time after time, writing the same rhyme. Blind following the blind. 949. Came so close, but yeah, we cut ties. My little sister locked down right now with her head high. Shit'll get that real. Shit'll get that real. Cut ties. My little sister locked down right now with her head high. Zero cooldown, I got no chill. Yeah, I'm just talking, but you know I will. Yeah, how you poppin', you got no skill. I can trust a soul, even my dog can end the roadkill. I'm from where they will kill you because that shit'll get that real. Yeah, still, shit'll get that real. Bones. Zero cooldown, I got no chill. Yeah, I'm just talking, but you know I will. Yeah, how you poppin', you got no steel. I can trust a soul, even my dog. Roadkill. From where they kill you because that shit'll get that real. Yeah, still, that shit'll get that real. So grind me dirty. Gotta watch out for the snakes, cause you know that they lurking. And I know nothing's guaranteed, but I know this for certain. This shit is as cold as ice, but still them bullets burning. Got me playing defense like if I was Richard Sherman. I feel like Soldier Kid, I won't feel nothing but a perky. I don't even pop no pills, but I can feel them bars are working. Baby, tell me I deserve it. Tell me am I worth it? Even though you know I don't really give a fuck about it though. I be no hope for the spirit with the lost soul. Baby, tell hope for the spirit, so grind me dirty. Gotta watch out for the snakes, cause you know that they lurking. And I know nothing's guaranteed, but I know this for certain. This shit is as cold as ice, but still them bullets burning. Yeah. How you poppin', you got no steel. I can trust a soul, you my dog. Roadkill, I'm from where they'll kill you because that shit'll get that real. Do or die, done deals. Roadkill, kill. Shit'll get that real. Shit'll get that real. My dog kill, that shit'll get that real. All these dudes and dogs because that shit'll get that real.
Scandalous Bones on this one here. Zero cooldown. Again, no feature, he said in the chat. No feature, so they got lucky, and they did not catch a stray. Luckily. But Scandalous, you about to get something. I'll let Sub Mom go first. I'll let Sub Mom unload the clip. Go ahead, Sub Mom. Let them know what you think about this one here. Zero cooldown. Scandalous Bones.
Zero cooldown. I had 3s across the board on this one. As far as quality, like the first 20 seconds of the song, there were like some ad libs that came in really hard, and it was like I think they were a little bit too loud. And then I have 1 minute 40. There was like an overlaid sort of doubling, but it was delayed a little bit, so kind of like a echo, like kind of like a row your boat, like a
Right.
I go, then you go, kind of. I don't know how else to explain that. But it made it was going very back and forth, and I think I think that's a cool idea, and I think it works. But I think that it was a little too loud, and it was my brain was kind of like, wait, which set of voices do I listen to? Like so I was having a hard time like following the lyrics in those parts, and overall like the delivery and the lyrics, I feel like they were a little mumbly, and I felt like there wasn't a lot of energy behind that. The
I'm
delivery.
low key wondering, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm thinking that I'm thinking this might be like early stages, then got left because I'm looking at the date. It's almost a year old.
Okay, well that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like
as a whip, a year old. Normally, that for me at least, that's one of them. Like I worked on it, couldn't really figure it out, and then set it in the back for a little bit.
Yeah.
You
So
know
like
what I mean?
the vocals kind of like in some parts kind of came across kind of like very mumbly and sort of like low energy, like almost as if it was a scratch take. So I would just say maybe like redo those with a little bit more energy, or I mean obviously if it's not a super high energy track, you don't want to come through like hey,
I mean, look,
but
I would assume, and see, that's where I kind of got my thought process. It's called zero cool down, which means you're most likely up.
You're up,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I was feeling
So
like there was a disconnect for me on that. Go ahead, my fault.
no, you're good. But yeah, and there was as far as relatability, like that kind of plays into it. I was having a hard time understanding some of the lyrics, and there was a lot of like yeah type stuff in there repeating, and like I feel like maybe you could have
Right.
added a few more lyrics in throughout there. And so that's going to put replayability for me also at a 3. But I think that it, the beat is cool, and like I think that you were doing cool things with the extra ad libs and the vocal layers, and I think that just tweaked a little bit that could sound really cool.
Right. For me, look, the disconnect between the title, I was expecting something a little bit more intensity wise. That's where I kind of got drawn away from it. And then there felt like there was some parts that were more like for me as an artist, it sounded almost like they were filler takes. Like he was getting a feel for the vibe that he kind of wanted for a flow in this area. That's what it sounded like. Big shout out Tokyo Ghoul for subscribing. Appreciate you for that. But yeah, that's where I'm stuck with that. So that's gonna lower the score a little bit. And again, the date I was doing some deducing over here, and I'm kind of figuring out like this might have been one of them joints where he's gonna like go back and re-record shit. So I'm taking that with a grain of salt. I was gonna go 2 on the quality, 3 for relatability, because what I did hear outside of that, the certain realm of where he was going with those flow adjustments, but I feel like, you know what I'm saying, there was some things there that can be built off of for sure. As far as the title goes, though, Zero Cooldown, that's where I'm like, relatability, I kind of fell down that far because I was expecting, you know what I'm saying, I was expecting one of those intensified tracks where, you know, I was about to get, especially when I see bullet shells in the you know what I mean, like in the clip art and shit like that. So but yeah, definitely I see him. He said he's gonna record it all. I got you.
Yeah.
That was gonna be a suggestion. As far as overall replayability right now, it's sitting at a 2.5 ish right now. I do know though, again, with it being about a year old, re-recording plus a mix, this is gonna sound dope. You know what I'm saying? Scandalous Bones coming through with this one here for his drive-by review. Up next, he said, appreciate y'all. I'm about to take care of those. And I got you. Hey, listen, I got you, bro. Appreciate you for sliding through. That's what we here for. Toxic is coming through again with a quiet track. This one also
but not
says,
quiet. Quiet, but not
know.
quiet.
It says hip hop on this one. I don't know what's up with this one. It does say quiet, but it also says Outsider X and hold on, I'm waiting for this last name to pop up. There it goes. Astashi. Outsider X, Astashi, and quiet on this one. It's called Headworm. Again, this is Toxic in the chat.
Ew.
Right. Let him know. Vibe check.
I come for the ride, I'm at a mouth like I'm a roach. Pour some pain in my cup like I forgot what time the demon days. Nice if I'm blind, I'm at blood tapped up. It's all the same that we're drawn. And one of my days if I'm blind, I count it up the gut. Protocol repeat, under my feet. Energy wasted, bleed. Protocol repeat, under my feet. None of them safe to lead. How can I breathe on the weight of my back? Can't fall asleep while I'm just on my back. Goes on me down the way of my back. Like when I breathe with the way I how can I breathe like the weight of my back? Can't fall asleep while I'm just on my back. Go follow me down the way of my back. Like when I breathe with the way of it fake. Fanny looks like I take a stretch in my leg. Killing up my heart, bring me close to the grave. Lately I've been feeling like I don't wanna live. Walk around this earth like my legs gonna break. Push smoke, touching cold, hanging like a scarecrow. Watching me, let me breathe, let my fucking mind go. I feel like I'm Cuddy with this motherfucking head blow. See at the barrel, write my sense all on this death note. Isolated brain frame, a welcome inside to the thoughts forsaken there. When I'm sidewise, nothing like the sun. I'm no longer confined, those strokes of fame for a deadly mind. Pandemic exarchs, in the rain, unwanted baby and brother. Smoke just second to the aftermath. Left again with one the right flow behind. Anger roads where it's bestowed. Anger roads where it's bestowed. Anger roads where it's bestowed. Anger roads where it's bestowed.
Headworm, that was Toxic on that one. Quiet, we have Outsider X and Astashi. I don't know who was what and doing where. But yeah, Headworm, again, vibe check coming in from Toxic.
He said quiet did the beat, I think.
Okay, quiet did the beat. I got you. Again, the form is closed. So big shout out to everybody that did submit. Our last track on this list here is from Bad Conduct. Again, stepping in the building with another drive-by review coming. So everybody, yeah,
Lock and load
on this one. This one here says Sleep for 8, Bad Conduct and Ms. Carlina. I believe MZ is capital, so I don't know if it's an abbreviation of something or just Ms. But it's Ms. Carlina and Bad Conduct, a drive-by coming on this one. So everybody lock and load in the chat. And yeah, you already know what to do, Bad Conduct. At this point, you might as well just do push-ups.
I only walk this way cause talk is cheap. If I could only break even every week, you never see me out beyond the breeze like a vagabond, doing nothing but my song, so get on it and bump me loud on your playlist so we can feel free Till we feel Monday at our feet like we escape peace. Till we feel the squeeze of the 9 to 5. Never on our own time, out for a dime, my veins cry. Hustle and grind to make it through rhyme, so I don't have to work for some jerk who don't care about mine. Look me in my eyes, you can tell I'm inspired. I might have just deciphered the Midas touch. Pop the clutch, I'm out of here. Continue to ride the airways with my sideways mind state. My eyes shake, here we go again. It's the same 5 days, rebranded with some pay, so you feel like you got away. But tomorrow don't be late, or no food for your plate. They still got your chain.
This, hey, 24 in a day. Minus what they pay for an hourly rate. Never getting paid for our travel each way. Praying for a raise, but it's lost in the grave. Yeah, I deceive it for 8. Party to escape, it's a part of the break. Like counting down to go and do it again. Too slow to come around, too fast to go away. Obsessed with everything that contests, building dreams, so it seems you redeem a complex. I don't know what's next, all I know is what's left. 2 days in my way just to work on projects just for me. It's not a question of my belief, a question if I can reach, it's a question of energy. I promised I would give it the best of me. The context of what I do ain't serving what I could be. I got stressed, this pressure inside of me. Whatever I try to do, it never is driving me. Always calling my truth, sparking the light, you see. I'm always drawn to the booth, I'm always drawn to the beat. But my talk is cheap if it ain't about my dreams. So my walk is weak without mentors or some heroes. My stack is neat as I multiply the zeros. Feeling elite as I'm folding my dineros. Hey, 24 in a day. Minus what they pay for an hourly rate. Never getting paid for our travel each way. Praying for a raise, but it's lost in the grave. Yeah, I deceive it for 8. Party to escape, it's a part of the break. Like counting down to go and do it again. Too slow to come around, too fast to go away. I need to stop to assess my situation. Between a rock and my own self-limitations. Cause what I got should be heard on every station. I know you've all been waiting, believing I could make it. I get complacent, we're living day to day. Being a slave that is paid, just surviving for a wage. And I have awakened, I have created this fire burning deep for poetry so I can paint it. My style is blatant, against the grain, man. I don't need a painting cause no one else can take it. So I just say it how it is, I gotta make it and do the thing that I was born to do. I gotta chase this. Hey, 24 in a day. Minus what they pay for an hourly rate. Never getting paid for our travel each way. Praying for a raise, but it's lost in the grave. Yeah, I deceive it for 8. Party to escape, it's a part of the break. Like counting down to go and do it again. Too slow to come around, too fast to go away.
All right, that was Sleep for 8, Bad Conduct, and Miss Carlina on this one here. Again, it's a whip, work in progress, so we're going to give this a drive-by review. So, Mom, let me know what you thinking about this track right here.
Okay. On this one, I had 3, 4, 5. It's kind of like random, but so as far as like quality, I had that the blend of the vocals between Bad Conduct and his feature sounded really good. It definitely sounded like they were in the same, space. I would say bring the female vocal up a little bit. Maybe not gain wise, but just compress her vocal a little bit, just so it stands out a little bit more from the beat. And I couldn't help but notice that her catch breaths, being especially, it's like a curse for females, but you can hear them really clearly in a lot of parts of this. I was catching that a lot, like toward the end of this song. I had around 2 minutes and 52 seconds. She was doing a lot of
Right.
and it just like it's drawing away. Like I do understand that you can do that every now and then to sort of like make a statement vocally, but it was just a little bit distracting as a listener that she was doing that a lot. So I would just cut it out, cut it out a little bit. Relatability, I had 5. I think these lyrics were really deep and introspective. I think a lot of people could relate to this. You're like feeling like you're a slave and you're just like working your life away, and
Right.
super, super dope. Love that. Replayability, I have a 4. That's just because of the quality issues, like with the mix and like some of the breaths and things like that. But I think this could very easily be a 5s across the board track with a little bit more work.
Right. Right. Now I hear that. I hear that. I'm right with you on that. I was hearing too. I think bad conduct. I don't know, but in the hook, right, where it's her and then were you catching this? There was like a backing vocal similar to what we were hearing before, a little bit it was octave down a little bit more, a little bit darker of a vocal. And I don't know if that was bad conduct or if it was maybe a vocal of hers that was, you know what I mean? I couldn't tell because of how quiet it was. I felt like I wanted to hear this backing vocal a little bit more. And again, this is a personal preference, right? I felt like it sounded like it would have been pretty cool to hear it as more of a duet that happening at that time rather than, because like the backing vocal was almost like whispering. Compared to what, it was very hard to take a considerable understanding of what it was saying completely. And then I finally realized, like, oh, wait, this is literally backing exactly what she's saying.
Right.
In that case, I kind of wanted it to be brought up a little bit. You know what I mean? But okay, so it is him. Yeah, I felt like that part specifically could be bumped up as well in the mix. But he said he hasn't worked on the vocal mix itself, so definitely things to be tuning and playing around within this. But yeah, I fuck with the vibe too. For me, I was similar to you, but it was a little bit more of a 3-4-4 for me. So that way I can, I can adjust for the newer revision when it comes out. But yeah, this was dope. Concept wise, it was, I totally vibe with it. Let me see
As
here.
far as what you were saying about like his backing vocals and hers with hers, I think there's I don't know if it's just a me thing, but like whenever I hear, especially like male female vocalists collaborating together, there's always a part of me that like I want to hear them together at some point.
Right, the duet
'Cause it
part,
just
yeah,
it just kind of like, I don't know what that does mentally, when you're listening to the song, but it sort of,
I feel like it
I don't know
brings
if
the
it's like
connection together.
yeah,
Low-key. It would be the
exactly.
equivalent of like a vocal handhold. Like,
Yes,
listen, we're
yes.
holding hands at this point. Like that part of the song is like where you guys would hold hands, not in like a
Yeah.
sexual way or anything like that. I'm talking like in just
How do
chemistry
you hold
wise.
hands sexually?
No, I meant like girlfriend boyfriend. Like, oh, we're holding hands. Like,
Girl, let me hold your
right,
hand.
right. I meant
Hey, Ruby.
in like a chemistry type of way. Like, you know what?
Yeah,
Like
no,
on
I
the
know what you
mean,
mean.
these guys fit really good together. Like, I fuck with that. You
Well,
know what I
but
mean?
there is definitely vocal chemistry. Like that's a thing, and like yeah, I kind of wanted to hear it in this track, and I think that if he brings that part up, kind of like you were suggesting, that it would create that moment. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like I said, I don't know if that's just a me thing,
Look,
but
they might try it. It might sound like complete ass. Like I said, it was a personal preference on my end from what I was hearing. I thought it would have sounded cool with that. You
yeah.
know what I mean? But it might not work. It might not. I don't know.
Mhm.
Him saying he hasn't done any mixing yet means that there's potential for it. But again, he might do it, and then he might go back and look at it and be like, "Dad, this shit is not it." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
ultimately, at the end of the day, it's their track. They're gonna be the final say on it. So I get it though. I get what you're talking about. I fuck with that. You know what I mean? In a track when there's that male female, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dynamic there. That's what I tend to fuck with that too. When they hit that spot in the track and you're like, oh shit, they standing shoulder to shoulder right now.
Yeah, they're in it together. Like
Right.
it
You
kind
know
of,
what I
I think
mean?
it's just the fact that male and female voices are so different, and it
Mm-hmm.
sounds cool when they're working together and they kind of make this neat
Hell
sound.
yeah.
I don't know.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, listen, that was the last track in the queue for today, and we had fucking hella tracks come through on the corner today. Big shout out to everybody that submitted them. You know what I'm saying? Let me see here. And again, big shout out to everybody that slid through. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us during the news segments. We were, kind of, thrown some, I guess what you would call fan mail at this point. about bringing that back. They were super interested in it. Multiple messages from different people asking about when I think we're implementing it, and I think with how much shit's popping off, it's tough. You know what I mean? It's a little bit tough to maintain staying on stories, just because of we've discussed it all day today on the show, just shit popping off conveniently, timing on this and that and everything. So it's really fucking hard to maintain staying on a subject. Like for example, like the whole Diddy dismissal and at the same within the same month, they just all of a sudden lost, apparently lost or never existed, they said, a client list.
Epstein, yeah.
And
It's so
we've
weird.
already seen it. Everybody's already seen it. You can look it up still until I mean, I don't know if they're gonna keep it or until they like go through and go, listen, we've heard it now like multiple times. It's made it. We need to take this down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm waiting for that. When you go to look up that video and it no longer exists, that's gonna be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a problem.
They're
That
literally
was the
changing history in front of your eyes.
Right, and that was, in fact, the DA, the district attorney of the Department of Justice, that admitted to having it on her desk, and it's still up to be reviewed. This was, of course, before all this shit was going on, and at the beginning of this whole thing, and then conveniently, he offs himself.
Mm-hmm.
If he was innocent with no list to be found,
right?
Why would he have offed himself?
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's a good question.
Listen, I'm just saying, guys, this is the type of shit I'm talking about. There's a lot of different stories going on, just not even just U.S. based. Plenty of shit going on around the world. And big shout out to all the fans and viewers that slide through from different countries. I see you guys out there all the time. Me and Submom up here, we see you guys sliding through and subbing and sharing and getting all that shit together. We appreciate every one of you motherfuckers. I will say though, now that we implementing this new segment back, everybody that slides through, if you are in another country, please shout out something that's crazy going on in your spot. It ain't even got to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it's been a lot of, somber news. We would love if somebody come through with some crazy shit that's on, the positive tip.
Right.
Especially in your area. So, keep us in the loop as well. Let us know when you slide through. Give us an article or something to shout out, and we'll look it up. We'll do some story digging on it, and we'll bring it live to you guys. Other than that, I did want to really quickly just iterate. I do have a couple more. I did get the pings for some more, so we have a couple more submissions coming through on the co-host application. So that's going to be coming through. And the announcement I wanted to make on that is this upcoming week, if you guys have submitted an application, we will be reviewing them coming up this week. And then from there, I'm going to be making just basically a broad post out there to let everybody know that we are looking, and then have a little bit more traffic in here to go through. The ones that we do go through, we will be in contact with you. So, you know what I'm saying, keep an eye out, or an ear out, I should say, for your communication lines. We should be reaching out to you guys after we go through each one and trying to get you scheduled in. We should be having them on a Tuesday, right? We said Tuesday. When we don't have a guest, we're going to try to substitute that show for basically a trial run with the potential new co-host. And then from there, it's up to, you guys in the chat letting us know about the vibe that you guys get if you really fuck with this candidate. And from there, we're going to make our final decision after we run through the applicants. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, other than that, I ain't got nothing else. What you got, Mom?
I was gonna say it's like a little tryout Tuesday.
Hey, listen,
Tuesday
can make it. We
tryouts.
can make it Tuesday tryouts. You feel me? That could definitely be a little segment that we'll have. Depending on, we do have a handful right now of applicants. So depending on the overall number that we eventually get, we can definitely turn it into a segment. You know what I'm saying? As of right now, we can go steady. At least a month's worth of Tuesdays. So, you know what I mean? Possibly more, but like I said, I'm going through the submissions here in the next week or so. We'll figure it out. if that's the case, we can definitely make it into an ongoing segment of things. And if we get too many applicants looking into the future, we might not get a co-host until Christmas. You know what I mean?
I
So
mean,
we might
that'd
have
be a
to
good
divvy
Christmas
up some
present.
stuff. I get it, but we might have to divvy it up too, and maybe run like a Tuesday Friday thing if we have
Yeah.
I can't even fucking speak. If we have
An
an
exorbitant
extra,
amount.
yeah, you know what I meant to say.
I know what you meant.
But yeah, if we do have them numbers, then we might have to figure it out. We'll get it all structured out when we start finalizing the application process itself. But other than that, anything else that you wanted to tap in and say? Shout out.
No, dope tracks tonight. Thank you everybody for being here. And yeah, if you haven't filled out the application, it's in the show schedule channel of the Discord. And we'll see you guys on Sunday. Bring your best tracks and don't forget about the wild card because it's wild card weekend.
Yeah, hey, definitely. And those that aren't tapped in yet, man, make sure you guys are tapping into the July breakdown. We have it on the channel. It's under the videos tab. Check out the July breakdown. Let you guys know information on Downtown Sound on Sunday nights, what the schedule is coming up for this month, and then also the related themes that are going to be tied into that. Mid-month mayhem is happening on the 13th, so tap in with us. Bring your shit. Get your shit together. Bring it downtown. We also need Mad Lib suggestions, so make sure you bring the words that you picked up last week and the week before. Slide them through again. See if they can make it into the cut for the lyrics coming for the Mad Libs track. Mid-month mayhem, the Mad Libs track gonna be crazy, I'm assuming. I'm just saying.
I think so.
We might have Toxic try to sponsor it. I don't know.
We'll see.
I mean, look,
That'd be cool.
I'm just saying. Other than that, man, slide through Sunday. Let everybody know where you at and where they need to be. You know what I'm saying? Song of the Night competition going down. We're looking for the 3rd, 4th spot and the 7th spot for this month. The 7th spot on the first wild card coming through. That's what we got going on this week. Bring your best shit. And again, if you guys have anything new that's been published, bring it downtown and see if it's worth anything. You feel me? Other than that, man, this is Blunt and One's Radio Network. We got the Korner Konvo podcast popping off Friday nights for the foreseeable future right now. Again, all these applicants coming through, fill out the application. You guys can read it in there. Some of these questions that are asked will not reflect on, you know what I'm saying, the eligibility for you. Again, it's just for us to grade and kind of gauge where people are versus where we're at, all right? That's all that is. So don't be intimidated and don't, you know what I'm saying, be scared to fill it out. I'm OC Kush. This is Suburban Mom. Again, we're looking for the 3rd, possibly your name up here. But this is Blunt and One's Radio Network. Hell yeah. Blunt and One's Radio Network, though. Salute. Have a great fucking night. Great weekend. We'll see you guys Sunday night. Shout out to y'all out there, man. It's Blunt and One's Mafia. Let's get it.
Good night.